Waves coming at you live from the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. You know what it is. John Reed, Cody McClure, Sam Beard, Bubba, Bad News, Bubba. Happy Friday morning to you. April 24th. Dear Lord, this man is coughing up a lung. Are you okay, Cody McClure?
Good morning. Hello.
What's
How's
up?
everybody doing? It's good to be here. Good to be anywhere. These allergies, man. It's all the stuff in the air, I guess. I've been taking a daily pill, and but then I realized I was taking a drowsy pill. So I found some old allergy pills that I had. So I've got these drowsy and non-drowsies mixed, and the tablet looks exactly the same. And I don't know which is which. So it's just like a roulette every day with whether or not I'm getting a drowsy pill or a non-drowsy pill. I don't even know if they work, you know. I think they do. But that could be what do they call it? A placenta effect?
Placebo.
Placebo effect. So I don't know, man. Do you think medicine works?
Medicine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tend to think medicine works.
I mean, like real medicine, sure. But anything that you can buy at the store by yourself, does that work?
Yeah, I think it works.
Does it work well?
When I have a headache and I take like Tylenol, I don't have a headache after a little while.
You always feel like your headache goes away?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if mine does or not. I guess it does.
Now, again, I guess that could be the placebo effect.
I think it's placenta. I do like those BC powders. I think I'm getting addicted to those. My mom's taken those my entire life, and I've always worried about it because she takes them every day since I've known her, which is, since I was born.
That's a weird way to say about your mother. Since I've known her?
Mm-hmm. I've known her for 33 years. And since I've known her, she takes these BC powders every day. And I thought, even as a kid, I was like, Mom, every day? When do you need this? And the older I got, I've always thought, is that good for you? That can't be good for you. It can't be good for your, like your liver and kidneys or just, but I don't know. She's still kicking, so that's good.
Sam, top of the morning to you. How are you, my friend?
Top of the morning. Doing solid this Friday. Solid night for me yesterday. I mean, can't beat it. A little grilling, a little draft, a little baseball, a little basketball. Had it all going.
There was a lot on television.
There was.
Time of year is a great time of year.
My head's kind of hurting. I think it's the allergies, but it might just be all the playoffs I was consuming last night and all the NFL draft coverage.
Well, just pretend like there's some BC powder in that chicken biscuit I brought you. And let's see if the placebo effect is real. Just pretend like it's in there.
Okay.
I felt like there was a lot on TV with just having to keep up with the Tennessee baseball game, the draft, and the NBA. But you were also watching hockey. I mean, how do you even have the screens for that?
Got to drag, 4 TV in there.
Probably not the right thing to admit, but I didn't watch a single pitch of the baseball team.
Oh,
I pretty much only watched about 5 minutes of draft coverage.
Well, they did so good.
I kept an eye on the baseball team. People do a good job on social media, on Twitter, of keeping you up to date on the baseball score. So I saw, okay, 2-1, up, there's a balk. Oh, everyone's mad about this. Okay, you got out of it. Okay, 2-2. That's good. Then I kept looking. Then I just saw the meltdown, and everyone's like, oh, my God, how many free 90s are we going to give? Oh, my God, this pitching staff is terrible. There's 5 hit by pitches and 10 walks or whatever the hell it was. And I was like, oh, my God, glad I'm not watching that. And then the draft, I watched the Titans. 5 minutes is extreme. I watched the beginning of the draft lined up perfectly with the Hawks halftime, so I kind of was able to watch until the Titans picked, and then after the Titans picked, I turned it off and went back to the Hawks. But, yeah, that was pretty much it. Baseball didn't really move me last night. The draft didn't really move me. The basketball was good for me. We saw history last night. First time a team has lost back-to-back 1-point playoff games in regulation in NBA history for the Knicks. So I choose to look at it as the first time a team's won back-to-back 1-point regulation games. But maybe that's not true. Maybe somebody had over 2 series had done it, but that was cool.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That had never happened 2 times.
Yeah.
That's you'd think with all the games that have been played.
Congrats, Knicks. You are historical losers. Bubba, how are you?
They already knew that.
I'm adopting this mindset where every week is a 7-game series.
Okay.
And we just need to win 4 of them.
What happens if you get swept the first 4 days? I've seen a lot of people talking about this now. A man went viral on TikTok or Instagram One talking about this. But what happens if you lose the series 4-0?
That's what it is.
You just don't leave the house the next 3 days?
Just 3 scrimmages after that.
Okay.
3 practices.
I lost this week, got swept. I'm just staying. Maybe you should. If you have a bad Monday through Thursday, maybe you just don't leave the house Friday through Sunday. Maybe you just stay locked in.
What are you meaning by this, Bubba?
Well, for today, I am down 2-1, I guess now. Maybe 2-2.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Friday.
Tie
brother.
game.
It's been 4.
Tie game to Biscuit. I couldn't find my keys this morning. Couldn't find my socks. And I left my car window down overnight. So
no, they'll do in the morning when you woke up.
Yeah.
You couldn't find your keys or your socks?
Nope. 2 very essential items.
Do you only have one pair of socks?
No, but I had a pair of socks and some shorts and stuff ready to put on in the morning. And I get there and they're just gone 15. And it's like, oh man.
Let's do a sock count. How many you got? About 15?
Gold
toes?
I got what I consider my A-list ones to wear with shorts, like my ankle gold toe socks. Those are my A-listers. I got about 6 pair of those, maybe 5 pairs of those. Then I got some janky ankle ones that I bought for real cheap at a store one time. I was like, I just need some socks. And I kind of have to rotate them in now. They're like a C- level quality, but I got about 5 pair of them. So I got 10 of what I consider my good white ankle socks. Then I got some gray ones that I don't like that I sometimes will wear to the gym if I don't have anything else.
You mean 10 socks or 10 pairs?
10 pair.
Okay.
Then, I got maybe 7 good pair of dress socks that I have if I need to dress up. If I need to wear my boots.
7 pairs of dress socks?
Yeah, I got about 7 good pairs of dress socks.
Seems like a lot.
Maybe 6. And then I got what do you call them? The crew cuts. The white socks that go up to kind of your tube socks. I mean, they don't go up to my knee, but they go up, halfway to my shin.
I can't wear those because my calves are so big.
Yeah, I got about 6 pairs of those. So, add it up. Then I got some black socks that I don't use. I don't wear. I don't like black socks.
So altogether, what do you think your total is?
Altogether, including ones I don't wear, that are just there?
Yeah, just
then I got 30 pair of ones that if you include the ones I don't wear. But people have gifted me socks over the years that are black, and I don't like black socks. They make my feet sweat.
Do you have any socks with holes in them?
No. I had some underwear with holes in them, but I've gotten rid of most of those. But socks, I don't really have any holes in them.
So altogether, you'd say you have 60 socks in your house.
That might be underselling it, honestly.
For
but
yourself.
60 sounds fair. No. If I had to actually bet on it, I would say 35.
35 socks?
35 pairs, 70 socks.
So 70 socks.
Yeah.
70 socks.
Yeah. And it might be over 70, honestly.
Sam, what's your first reaction to that number? Is it a big number, small number?
Yeah, that seems really big to me.
I all got pairs too.
How many pairs of dress socks did you say?
7?
7 pairs of dress socks.
I think I have 3 or 4.
Well.
But
that's the difference between me and you, I guess.
Yeah.
But you don't ever wear suits. I mean, not commonly.
I wear dress socks all the time. Not into the office, but
I never see you in them.
You don't ever see me outside of here.
But wouldn't you only wear dress socks with a suit?
No. If I have some nice pants on and I'm wearing nice boots, I put dress socks on sometimes. You guys don't wear dress socks with loafers ever?
No.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not just suits. I mean,
I've got 3 or 4 pairs for that.
Yeah, sometimes I wear my dress socks with my cowboy boots. Sometimes, or at least my like ankle boots, my nice like Chelsea boots. So I wear dress socks with those.
I don't think I have a whole lot of socks. I like to keep my rotation pretty thin.
Yeah,
Probably,
7 pairs. Wash them once a week.
No, I mean I probably got 20, maybe 25.
Okay,
Socks, not pairs.
25. What the hell happened to the other one? You just lost
I'm
it.
talking pairs.
Oh, that's a good number then.
He wears one on his hog.
A little red hot chili pepper.
Yeah. Shout out, Bubba. What's your number?
Brother, I don't know. I've got like a sock drawer from like.
It's all crusty.
You got to estimate.
No. So it's like there's a couple pair because I like buying the Dollar Tree socks because they're funny designs, but they're very cheaply and poorly made.
Sure.
We got about 10 of those. Plus, over the years, I've bought like those, Walmart Marshalls packs of just like 10 pair for $8 plus 2 free.
Yeah.
So we got 12 pair mixed in somewhere. Socks are missing somewhere in the household. I don't know if we still count those or not.
Yeah, sometimes.
Dryer Monster takes them.
I'm just looking for a number. So far, we got 70 and 25.
Probably in like.
No. Sam said 25 pairs, so he's at 50. You got to multiply
25
by 2.
pairs?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you just
Yeah,
said
no, you
25
got
socks.
you got to multiply
So
by 2.
you think you got about 50 socks? Okay. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, Bubba doesn't know.
Okay.
What about you?
I would say I'm closer
10?
to Sam. I would say I've
12?
I've probably got about 50 socks.
13?
Can we make it a mission to, or I'm going to, you don't have to, but I think I'm going to go home today and count all my socks.
Okay, I'll send you a picture in the group chat.
Of what?
I'll make a sock mountain.
Oh, okay.
I'll make a sock mountain.
You're going to count them all?
Yeah.
I want to count mine individually, like every single one. Because I think I've got 50, but
I'm just going to take mine and put them in pairs, and then I'll multiply by 2.
Well,
you want to take them all apart and do it one at a time.
That's one way
Wait,
to do
do
it.
you guys keep your socks as just all ones?
No, I put them in pairs.
Okay.
Do you do that
You
thing
gotta
where you
roll 'em.
fold it over?
Yeah.
No, I just wad them up together, like where you just kind of put them and then just put your thumbs in there.
Yeah,
that's what I do. Might not be great for the elastic, but now I will say for my good dress socks, I don't always put those together. Like I just lay them together, maybe like slightly put them together inside of each other, but not like the same way I do with my other socks. All right, that's a good segment.
How many underwear?
That's a fluid situation at my home
I'm getting more and more.
because sometimes I throw some out.
I'm getting less and less.
Then I got like 8 that I don't really wear. But then I got some that are specifically for the gym. It's a fluid situation. I'd say like 35 if I was guessing.
35 underwears?
If I had them all up.
I don't have that many.
Nah, it might be extreme. 25 at least.
The closet space on those guys are remarkable.
The drawers. Hell, you can't fold.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, your drawers.
Yeah.
I got about 20, I think. Sam?
That sounds about right.
Yeah. I got some I don't like, though.
Yeah, I got some that
Yeah,
don't.
I got
That's
about
my
12.
I need to throw them away, but I'm like, I
12?
never know if you're going to be an
Yeah.
emergency.
I have like a rotation of like, it's like a basketball bench. Like you get, probably like past 15 or something like that in those last 5. They collect dust in there.
Yeah, we probably could delete those and just get rid of them, but then I'm
They're like
like
their safety valve, like
Yeah.
maybe you let the laundry really pile up.
That's
It's just
exactly
like
right.
a break glass in case of emergency.
someone got me some Tommy Hilfiger ones, and I'm like, they don't really fit good. They're too tight because I'm a little chunky, but also like they just don't they grip weird. They're clearly just like some defects on sale, but they're in the drawer. But I haven't ever worn them really. There's like 4 of those just sitting there staring at me that I should just throw away or donate. Does anybody need them? If anybody, Bubba, you need some extra underwear? You said you only have 12. I'll bring you some of these Tommy Hilfiger ones if you want.
I mean, would you say they're around a large or on the waistband?
Yeah. Large, extra large. Hell, I don't know. I'll bring them to you.
You can't wear another man's underwear.
I ain't never really worn them.
I'll bleach the heck out of
You
it.
Yeah.
ain't never really worn them, or you ain't ever worn them?
I ain't never really worn them. I've
that
tried.
means you've
Well, what it means,
you've
Bubba,
had them on your.
skid marks down
Ah,
there.
No. No. One has been put on to see if they
So
fit.
the thing is, like, I've grown up with the brothers, so it's like all the
Yeah.
time, mom's getting mine and his clothes mixed up. So
After
it's
the
like,
stories I've heard of this guy, him acting like you can't share somebody's underwear is kind of crazy.
What stories?
You want to go there?
No.
Let's talk some sports coming up after the break.
Let us know in the chat about how much socks and underwear you have.
Stick with us. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by searching for Fan Run Sports.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311. Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Let's start with some NFL draft. Round 1 in the books. What, Sam, was your biggest takeaway?
I mean, outside of a Titans perspective, I think it would be Ty Simpson to the Rams, probably.
I think even from a Titans perspective, I feel like Ty Simpson, is the biggest story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I know I asked what you were most concerned about, but yeah, like Ty Simpson, man, that was odd. And then it got weirder.
The press conference.
Yeah. Where basically Sean McVay was like, he's going to come compete with Stetson Bennett. And Ty Simpson's like, yeah, I've never met Sean McVay. And then you get Albert Breer's tweet. Did you see this? That Rams GM Les Snead and UT Martin coach Jason Simpson have a very strong relationship, to the point where Snead helped advise the family when Jason's son Ty was making a decision on whether or not to declare for the draft. So actually, Les Snead's kind of the reason Tennessee might not have a quarterback this year, or at least has to play a freshman quarterback. So Les Snead can go to hell. But also, like in his press conference, he talks about how he's from Alabama and an Alabama fan. And if I'm a Rams fan and I'm Sean McVay, I'm like, what the hell just happened here? We're in win now mode, brother. Why are we drafting Ty Simpson?
He didn't seem too enthused about it.
He seemed downright mad about it. Like not just not too enthused. He seems like he was boiling inside. He seemed like he was very angry.
Yeah, that was a weird pick. That was an odd situation there.
Especially for a franchise that doesn't place a lot of value on first-round picks.
Well, trying to look for life after Stafford. I mean,
sure, but like at that point, who the hell cares? Like
all the comments that I was reading just from Rams fans, like under those videos, were like, "Oh wow, like this is a guy who's going to leave the Rams when Matthew Stafford retires."
Yeah. Oh, McVay?
Yeah,
possibly. I mean, McVay was on the fence 2 years ago about whether or not he was going to return. So yeah, if I'm him, like I'm already kind of burnt out, and like it's one thing if you draft a guy that you think is going to be a superstar with superstar potential, but like I think even Ty Simpson at his best is just a game managing quarterback. I understand if you draft a guy with a huge, big super arm and athleticism, you're like, hey, we can mold him. We could train him up. But like I feel like Ty Simpson, even at his ceiling, is like the 15th best quarterback in the NFL. And that seems like best case scenario.
McVay probably would have rather traded a 7th round pick for Anthony Richardson than go draft Ty Simpson.
And I'm not saying this facetiously. That would have been
That's
a better.
What they should have done.
That would have been a better move. Trading a 6th round pick for Will Levis would have been a better move.
No, not Will Levis, Anthony Richardson.
Well, either one, Bubba. Either one would have been a good move. But like, I saw some people point out this is what happens when you trade for the Atlanta Falcons pick. It's cursed. You have to just make an Atlanta Falcons type of move, and that's what the Rams did.
You can not take Ty Simpson over Michael Penix.
You can take the pick out of Atlanta, but you can't take the Atlanta out of the pick. Falcons version, not the Hawks version. Those guys are winners. I don't know if you heard, but they won back-to-back playoff games by 1 point.
So the fans were mad. The Rams fans, they didn't like it at all.
Wouldn't you be?
Well, yeah.
There's nothing worse than drafting a quarterback that you know is going to have to sit. Like you want your first round pick to be a guy that's going to help you immediately. And Ty Simpson's not going to help you immediately. He might not ever help you ever. Sean McVay says he might not even beat Stetson Bennett out. And Stetson Bennett's a drunk.
He is?
I mean, he went to rehab. Maybe he's clean now. But like, yeah, he had some alcohol problems.
Quitter. Well, you know, I would feel like I had a quarterback at least, maybe. Like I don't.
Again, if it was a stud, if it was a can't miss guy, you might. But like Ty Simpson's far from that.
Well, we thought he might be the number 2 quarterback in this draft, didn't we?
Sure,
possibly.
Sure, but that was more so because there were no other quarterbacks versus him just being good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a silver lining. Maybe they feel like they have everything else they need. So they just decided to get a quarterback.
I don't think they do because their offensive line wasn't very good last year.
They got that one guy that wears the big padded helmet.
I mean, I guess you look at Devontae Adams and Puka and say you're good, but like you know, if you're trying to plan for the future, hell, Devontae Adams ain't young. Maybe draft a wide receiver instead. Hell, do something. Your defense needs a little help. Your defense ain't like necessarily, impenetrable.
Well, they're normally such a well-run organization, you know. I would just try to trust in that, I guess, if I'm a fan.
And I guess they did trade their later pick with the Chiefs to go get a cornerback. So maybe they do view like, hey, the defense is going to be much better this year because they went and got, McDuffie from Kansas City. So maybe they said, hey, that's a big-time move. They went from 2 first-round picks to, like, not using really either one of those to get impact rookies. Now, McDuffie, I think, will be an impact corner. Who knows about Ty Simpson down the line, but Sean McVay was pissed. So I do agree with you, Sam. That's the biggest story coming out of the draft. I did appreciate. Did you guys see the timeline? Did you see how perfectly it timed up? Where the Hawks beat the Knicks, the Jets draft a tight end from Oregon, and the Mets give up a grand slam to lose a lead. It all happened basically back to back to back within like a 60-second stretch.
Really?
Yeah, there was a radio station in New York that was doing like a watch party, and you could see them going, "Oh no!" After the Knicks thing happened, then it pops up. They drafted the tight end. They're laughing about that, and then they're like pointing at the other team and said, "No, grand slam!" They're like, "Oh my god!" And
then suddenly you began to hear bodies hitting the Hudson.
Yeah,
people hopping right off the Brooklyn Bridge.
What do we think about Todd McShay, who's like a gambling insider now, working with FanDuel, but also like a draft insider, because I don't know if it was a malicious thing, but it was very weird watching him. Now, he ended up being right about Jeremiah Love at 3, but like he was beating the drum. Hey, the Titans are taking Sonny Styles. Hey, the Jets, they're taking Arvell Reese, to the point that like David Bailey was favored to go to the Jets pretty much all offseason. But like over the last 2 days, by the time the draft pick actually happened, Arvell Reese was minus 600 to go to the Jets at number 2, because people had listened to the mock drafts and listened to McShay, and they kept hammering it and betting on it. And then the obvious best case scenario for them was just going to get David Bailey, who is better than anybody else on defense.
If there's anything we've learned about NFL insiders recently, it's that they can't be trusted.
That is true. That is true.
Whoever McShay was sleeping with must have given him bad information.
Everyone got duped. Although I will say, I got to give them credit. They kept telling us for the last couple of days Jeremiah Love was going to the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was disappointing, wasn't it? I had a friend who was at Nissan Stadium. They had a watch party.
He just said that like the whole crowd groaned, right? Like everybody's just like,
he said there were people that dropped to their knees.
Which is funny. But like we had worked ourselves into like a lather for Jeremiah Love. I do hate that he went to Arizona one pick before us, because now I don't know if I'm rooting against him, but I don't want him to be like a monster. I don't want him to be like the best running back in the league.
Yeah.
Cody, you don't get to be a Titans fan anymore.
How do you feel about Carnell Tate? Can I interest you in Carnell Tate?
It didn't really move me like Jeremiah Love would have.
But it's a big offensive player.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen Carnell Tate up close. I've seen him play, and he's a very good player. Top-level wide receiver. But I don't know.
Okay. Sam.
I don't have the same.
How did you feel about Carnell Tate?
I feel good about it. I mean, I think he's a bit of a reach there at 4, but I love the philosophy behind the pick, obviously, I think, David Bailey goes off at 2, Jeremiah Love goes off at 3. I think from like what I've read, those were probably the 2 top guys on Tennessee's board, and it sounded like Carnell Tate was kind of that third guy. And to me, it just, confirms that this front office and this team wants to give Cam all the means necessary to go out there and try and be successful. And I think he's a guy that honestly fits pretty well into the offense. He's not the most flashy guy in the world, but I think he's just like a super steady guy, good downfield threat, really solid hands. And I feel like we've kind of got some kind of athletic pop with the other wide receivers that we have. So I think he fits in well, pretty nice.
So what does the receiving core look like?
Carnell Tate,
Calvin Ridley,
Wan'Dale
Robinson,
and Wan'Dale Robinson. It's a pretty good trio.
Wan'Dale.
I'm happy with the trio right now.
That's a lot better than what you had, 3 years ago.
I wasn't over the moon with Carnell Tate, like coming into the draft. Like I kind of wanted an offensive player, though. Like I wanted a skill position player. I don't know about him versus Jordan Tyson. Like I didn't really have a strong take before the draft. I don't really have a strong take about Tate now. But I will say, like some of the stats that got circulated afterwards made me feel pretty good. Like he caught 120 of his 160 targets in college. 85% of his contested targets. So like if the ball is close and like he's guarded and covered, it can come up and make big strong catches. Like to me, that's an important strength in the NFL, because you're going to have to catch passes in tight windows. I don't really care about people knocking him for his 4.5 speed, because I kind of think 4.5 is where I want my wide receivers to run. I don't want the 4.3 guys that are just speed merchants. And like the difference between 4.45 and 4.5 ain't nothing to me. Like I want him to be able to just run routes, create separation, and catch the ball. Like that's what he can do.
Does the Titans' previous history of first-round wide receivers worry you when making this pick?
It doesn't. It's a different regime. And like Corey Davis, I saw people compare him to Corey Davis, but hell, like Corey Davis ended up being a pretty good wide receiver. It just took him a little bit longer. But like I don't know if that was Corey Davis's fault or a combination of Marcus Mariota and the coaching you had. So like I'm not going to hold past failures, if you want to call it a failure, against this regime. No.
You also know that Carnell Tate's done it at the highest level. Like, you had to kind of sell yourself a little bit with, like, I know he was the FBS leader or whatever in yards, but, like, Corey Davis was coming from Western Michigan.
Right. 100%. That's a great point too, Sam. Like,
the tweet that I like, my favorite part about the draft is just finding the Twitter propaganda that fits your narrative for your pick.
Sure.
5-star recruits to declare early and get drafted top 5 in the last decade.
How about this?
Jamar Chase, Carnell Tate, end of list.
He's going to be Jamar Chase.
There you go. Well, look, if you look at the wide receivers that Ohio State has put into the league the last several years, I mean, are there any that are busts?
Marvin Harrison Jr. I would consider a bust right now, but he's a C+ receiver, B-, and he's also had bad receiver or bad quarterbacks, excuse me. But like Marvin Harrison Jr. has been a bust compared to what he was supposed to be.
Chris Olave.
If Carnell Tate ended up being Marvin Harrison Jr. and having his production, I'd be disappointed.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, Emeka Egbuka. I mean, they got some really great receivers that come out of Ohio State. I guess maybe there's a name somewhere of a guy that didn't make it, but seems like all the guys that come out are pretty good. Like
yeah, it's quite a flex for them and Brian Hartline, because he's like, yeah, we got another one coming too. I mean, I know he's not there anymore; he left. But
Jeremiah Smith,
talking about Jeremiah Smith.
Yeah,
Steve Smith. Another thing that kind of got me rolled up was people like, well, he's not even couldn't even be the best wide receiver on his college team. How's he going to go be the number 1 in the NFL? It's like, well, he's playing with like maybe the best wide receiver prospect in the last like 15 or 20 years.
There's not that many wide receivers in the actual NFL who could have been on Ohio State's team last year and been better than Jeremiah Smith. There's probably about 15 or 20 that you would confidently say that. Like Jeremiah Smith could have been playing in the NFL and be a top 20 wide receiver last year. So yeah, that doesn't really bother me. That doesn't. Yeah,
my buddy was telling me last night. He's like, man, think about how Ohio State was loaded when we had to go play them up there in the playoff. He's like, man, they had Egbuka and Carnell Tate on the same team. I was like, yeah. And don't forget about that other guy who's probably the best one of the 3.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Smith.
I asked my buddy who's an Ohio State fan just about the pick, and he was like, I was obviously really excited, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, but then just those next 4 picks just made me depressed on how we couldn't win a national title with all these guys that were just falling off the board in the top 10.
I'm excited to go offense. I'm excited to have a wide receiver. I'm not 100% convinced Carnell Tate's going to be great. I'm not going to beat that drum. But, like, he's got the pedigree. And, it's kind of nice. Do I wish he would have came to the Vols? Sure. But, like, I've always kind of wanted to root for Carnell Tate. Like, he's always kind of been linked to Tennessee. Hell, even after the playoff, people thought he might enter the portal and come to Tennessee. So, like, it's kind of nice to have that become a thing, and I can root for him now. We'll see how it goes.
I wonder if he feels like he was meant to be in Tennessee now.
Possibly.
I keep seeing stuff, too, about how Borgonzi just, like, the Falk dude that we went and traded up for at the end of the first round, too, just super, like, high-character guys and were, like, big leaders on their team. I think that's like a big part of Borgonzi's philosophy is like bringing in mature, like young leaders already for your team that you can kind of build around that aren't going to taking those guys in the first round that you just know aren't going to kind of screw around type of thing.
I did feel a little gaslit though after listening to 2 months, all these ESPN and NFL people tell me that you can't take a running back at number 4. Did you notice that when Jeremiah Love went number 3, they had nothing but praises for like Jeremiah Love being a game breaker and all this stuff? I'm like, you told me for 2 months that you can't take a running back number 4.
Well, I think it's the highest drafted running back since Saquon Barkley. Yeah, Barkley went number 2.
Yeah. I
mean, in 2018.
Trent Richardson was number 3. I think Ronnie Brown was also number 2. Those are the other guys. Maybe one other person.
Yeah, there hadn't been a lot of guys.
Zeke went number 4.
Yeah, he's on the list. But Love is the highest since Barkley. And that's been, I mean, heck, 8 years ago. Doesn't seem like that long, but it has been. And then you got to go all the way back to 1995 to find the last running back taking number 1. Do you know who that was?
Is that Salam?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know who it was?
No, it wasn't
Rashan. Was it Rashan?
I don't think it was him.
Okay.
No. I saw the name last night. It was kind of an odd name.
Oh, yeah, Kajana Carter.
Yeah.
The Bengals took him from Penn State.
95,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I might could have gotten there if you'd given me more time. Possibly.
Have you seen the quote from the Steelers, how they got that Lemon guy stolen from them? And they said,
it's pretty tough.
Quote from a Steelers insider, when the clock runs out on you in a fantasy football draft and it auto picks a guy you don't want, that's what happened to the Steelers tonight.
Who did they get?
So they were on the phone with Mekhi Lemon, the wide receiver from USC. They were basically telling him they were going to draft him at 21. And while they were doing that, the Philadelphia Eagles made a trade with the Dallas Cowboys to move up to number 20 and then drafted him while he was on the phone with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, so when life hands you lemons, you got to.
So then Pittsburgh, basically got caught flat-footed and just drafted an offensive tackle from Arizona State. Which left, the Pittsburgh crowd kind of like, okay, I guess.
2 Arizona State guys went, right, in the draft in the top first round?
That is correct, Jordan.
Two guys.
Now, I do think maybe now there will be some type of little rivalry between the Titans and the Saints with, Shuck and Jordan Tyson versus Cam Ward and Carnell Tate, both year 2 quarterbacks. And, Jordan Tyson and Carnell Tate, of course, the 2 wide receivers taken at the top of their class. So those franchises kind of connected right now. Be interesting to see how that plays out. Dallas Cowboys fans should be thrilled. I thought them coming up and getting Caleb Downs was a big-time move. Then they're able to trade back, with the Eagles. Still get – I don't know if Malachi Lawrence is any good. I know there's, the people are fired up to get an edge rusher. I don't know if he's the right answer at edge or whatever. But
Philadelphia got another edge?
No. The Cowboys did.
Oh.
Cowboys traded with Philadelphia, and the Cowboys drafted an edge at 23 with that pick.
Okay.
Then they got a couple extra mid-round picks to do it. So they come out with 2 – at least one – superstar potential player in Caleb Downs, and then a first-round edge rusher. Again, I won't pretend like I know whether or not Malachi Lawrence is going to be any good. Same way I won't pretend like Keldrick Falk, who the Titans traded back up in the first round to get. I won't pretend to know whether or not he's going to be a stud, but
he had a viral clip going around.
Man, a few words.
Yeah, that's what people were saying.
Not somebody you're going to put in front of the microphone too often, but that's fine. I don't care. Go get the passer.
Yeah. You don't need your football players to be some kind of well-read scholars.
So, the Titans passed on a edge rusher at 4, but they were able to get their edge rusher at 31. So you're able to get a wide receiver 1 and an edge rusher. One they believe in. And one that's young, too, that's still on the rise up. Same as Carnell Tate. That's something to point out with Carnell Tate is that he also, is young. And wide receivers drafted top 10 that will be 21 years old at the end of their rookie season since 2010. Malik Neighbors, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, Sammy Watkins, Drake London. I'd say of those 6, 5 of them pretty damn good.
Which one was it?
Sammy Watkins, I would say, would ultimately be classified as a bust. And he was still a decent receiver, but he never lived up to what he was supposed to be. He had the one really good season.
Yeah, I remember him in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, he played in the league for, off the top of my head, I'd say 7, 8 years, 9 years. Okay, so yeah, he had he started his career with 900 yards, 6 touchdowns, and then the next year was 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. So got off to a good start, just didn't progress.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
We'll keep our focus on the draft. We did not hear any Tennessee Vols called last night. That was tough. Sam
had told me it was 100% likelihood.
Ridiculous.
Well, I thought it was very likely, but yeah, you can't call anything 100%, Sam. Hell, you ain't in charge of making the pick. If Les Snead could have told Ty Simpson 100% you'll get drafted in the first round because he was making the pick.
Seems like he did.
I know. You can't say 100% because you weren't drafting.
32 teams made the wrong decision on one of these Tennessee guys.
We'll dive into that next. Let's talk sports on Fan Run Radio.
Follow us on Twitter or X or whatever the they're calling it these days at Fox Sports Knox, Fox Sports Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Planning for spring at Lowe's means big savings on outdoor power equipment, and Lowe's knows nothing feels better than free. Buy one select Ego string trimmer, leaf blower, or mower kit. Get one select 56-volt battery free. That's up to a $299 value. Power through spring with Ego, the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power. Because Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 4/3 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess, but isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah, they specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm, which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style and premium performance are a hole-in-one. Enjoy the walk-in with Inward Half.
Good morning, Knoxville. I'm Aiden Sidoti, and this is your Talk Sports update for Friday, April 24th. Tennessee baseball came up short in Game 1 against number 13 Alabama, falling 12-8 at Lindsey Nelson after control issues piled up as the Vols walked 10 batters and hit 6 against the Tide. In the NFL, the Titans added firepower on their offense with the 4th overall pick Thursday night, selecting Ohio State wide receiver Carnell Tate to give quarterback Cam Ward another playmaker on offense. In the NBA, Scotty Barnes took over with 33 points and 11 assists as the Raptors grabbed Game 3 at home against Cleveland, cutting the Cavs' lead to 2-1. For all things Tennessee baseball, head over to fanrunradio.com or download the new Fan Run Sports app. And now back to you guys in the studio.
Studios. Enjoy some White Claw this weekend. Enjoy it responsibly. No Tennessee Vols drafted in the first round. Which I got to say, I need an explanation from the NFL why the hell they invited Colton Hood to the green room.
He accepts the invitation, brother.
Well, yeah. I would too, because I feel like if you invited me, that means you know something. That means you're pretty confident I'd be a top 20 pick. Like they only invite they don't invite 32 guys, right?
16.
Yeah, they only invite 16. So like if you get invited,
well, I'm sure they invited way more, but only 16 accepted.
That seemed like such a small number.
No, they probably got down to Colton Hood and they were like, we got to throw this kid out of the invite because he's right on the line of being a second and first round pick.
See, I don't know if that's the case. I know that like Mendoza said no. I don't know how many other people said no that were invited.
What if he was supposed to go to the Rams and then they just picked Ty Simpson instead? So he's getting all ready, you know. He's like, I'm gonna be a Ram, and then he's like, what the hell am I out here for?
Built Ram. No, that's Ford. Ram.
Nothing beats a Ram.
I did feel bad. You know, there were only 2 players that got left. It says some reports indicated that only 17 players were invited, Sam. So like Mendoza might have been the only person that said no.
Colton Hood was one of only 2 that got left.
Yeah.
Left behind.
Yeah. I haven't seen whether or not he'll return today. The other player that didn't get drafted, I did say that him and his family stayed and they'll be there tonight because he wants to get on stage and shake Roger Goodell's hand.
I bet that is sad for some of those guys that have those parties and their whole family and friends are there.
Yeah.
And
That'd be tough.
They don't get drafted.
Is having the party worse than going to the green room?
I think so.
At least with your party, you're with your friends and family, and yeah, they're all waiting for you. They're waiting for the call.
There's balloons. Everybody's got kazoos,
and you're all trying to figure out like, okay, pick 15. This team needs a cornerback. All right, this team needs you. Okay, they pass. All right, we feel good about 21. We talked to this team. They really liked us. Okay, they pass.
You get into the 20s, and like there's a couple people that like aren't super close family members. They're like, I got work tomorrow.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Can I leave?
Yeah, it's 10:30. And
I feel bad, but
we're not getting on TV. Time to go. The camera crew's just sitting there waiting.
Yeah, the camera pans back, and the guy's just kind of sitting there, like staring into the void.
There's like 2 cold, Chick-fil-A nuggets left.
You got a big one of those big 300-pound aunties like patting him on the shoulder. Come on, it'll be okay, baby. You're gonna get drafted, and then it just never happens.
There was a brief second when the Titans traded back up that I thought maybe they were going to get Colton Hood because like Mel Kiper started talking about Colton Hood, and usually they get tipped off, so they start talking about players that look smart, and like he started talking about Colton Hood, and I was like, oh, maybe.
In my 100% prediction, I didn't account for the fact that the Jets are the dumbest franchise of all time.
How'd you do in your mock draft?
Well, I only do like Titans mock draft. Like
okay.
Wasn't like I don't do the whole league. I just do like.
Well, you said that when you say you do 2 mock drafts, like that seems crazy. Like,
Could we say that Colton was hoodwinked into believing he would be a first rounder?
It's tough, like I said, because
get it.
I'm rooting for Colton Hood. I love his game. I loved his attitude here at Tennessee. I think in 1 year here, he's shown more love to the fans and the university than 90% of players that come through here. And 90% might be a low number. Like he gets it, and he'll always be good in my book. So I was rooting hard for him. So like I did feel bad. I felt bad for Jermod too. Like Jermod went from being told for months that he was a top 15 pick to then watching the last week where everyone's like, actually his knees are shot. And then
he back to school
and he loses millions and millions and millions of dollars. He is at the top right now of ESPN's best available. So like I would imagine he doesn't have to wait very long today to get drafted.
I mean, if he had played a few games, like honestly, do you think it could have helped him?
I don't know if he could have played.
Yeah, I don't know if he could have either. But talk around town was that he wanted to, or that he I don't know.
I mean, talk around town was that he wanted to, it just couldn't get cleared. Like was the talk around town.
I feel like the possibility of just this second surgery that he has was a real turnoff.
The bone plugs.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. Yeah. Like if it was just the ACL, like he probably would have been fine. So like, I don't know, Cody. I don't really feel like if he played, it would have been any different because the knees would still be like, well, I 20 years too old or out, degenerative issues.
I guess just if you could have seen him on the field and see that he can play at a high level after the knee injury.
Yeah.
Maybe that would help a little.
I think with the first round pick, you're drafting first round picks with the idea that they're getting to a second contract with your team. And like, I just don't know if they want to hand out a second contract to a guy whose knees are reportedly shot.
Got bad knees.
Now, I do think he can still be a huge difference maker, for the first 4 or 5 years in his career. pretty easily. And like the Dolphins did draft a guy they did draft a lineman with a damn herniated disc at number 11 that might miss some major time this year.
That would suck too, man. If like genetically you won the lottery in a sense because you're a Division I athlete and you're, being projected as an NFL first rounder, but also among your peers, for some reason, you just got bad knees.
Yeah,
and you got all these other guys that are healthy.
Your body betrays you. I mean, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, and I know people say like, you can't feel too bad for these guys. They're going to be millionaires or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, if you're in his shoes, like you see all these other guys that you could be just as good as, but your knees are giving out on you.
Yeah, there's not much you could do to protect your knees, really.
Yeah.
Jamal McCoy, the number 1 best player available. Colton Hood, the number 8 best player available, according to ESPN's list. Chris Brazel down at 14. So there's a decent chance that all 3 get drafted in the second round. There's 32 picks in the round, and there's 3 guys in the top 14 of best available. And I know the NFL teams aren't just simply going off best available of what ESPN says, but like pretty good chance that all 3 get drafted in the second round.
Well, then we can say that we had 3 draft picks in the first and second round.
Yep. You can.
First 2 rounds, Tennessee had 3 guys.
That's true.
Make the graphic.
William is trying to bait the Titans fans last night with this Carnell Tate tweet.
Why does he do that?
And he thinks he's cute.
I mean, if there's anyone that you don't want to trust in terms of their draft takes, it probably is William based on last year.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
What is it you say about Travis Hunter? They thought he was going to be a two-way player, so essentially they just took like a mid corner in the first round.
Yeah, They spent a high pick and I think traded 2 others.
It does seem really stupid when you think of it in those terms.
Yeah.
Of like, he's not going to be able to do that in college. He can't do that in the NFL. So essentially you're just paying for a cornerback.
You spent 3 draft picks for like the 10th best cornerback in the draft last year.
Yeah, but you got bamboozled by the fact that he could play wide receiver too.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's going to end up being a big bust.
Teams drafting here at the top of the second round: the 49ers, Cardinals, Bills, Raiders, Giants, Texans, Browns, and Chiefs. Everybody needs cornerbacks, I reckon. I mean, if you go to Buffalo or San Francisco, obviously you could be a big time difference maker on a team trying to win a championship.
I have a question about the first round guys.
The Texans, you'd feel good about getting coached by, D'Amico Ryans. Go ahead, your question.
In terms of fantasy football, which offensive players would you be most excited about if you were, getting a fantasy roster together for this year and wanted to take some young guys? I mean, Jeremiah Love would be at the top of the list, I guess.
Not really.
Well, you're more of a pro receiver guy.
Well, no, I'm just saying from a running back standpoint, like I think Jeremiah Love's a stud, but like there's nothing about that Cardinals offensive line that gets me super excited, or Jacoby Brissett, another year of him being older gets me super excited. I wouldn't like reach for Jeremiah Love super early. Now, Dynasty League, of course, that's a different story.
Oh yeah. Keeper league.
Yeah, those are different stories, but like just for a one and done draft. I mean, I personally am not going to reach for Jeremiah Love. I might have if he was with the Titans, but I won't.
What did Saquon do his first year with the Giants? Because he was pretty highly regarded, I feel like, in terms of a fantasy running back you wanted to have, like immediately out of college.
I mean, his first year, he hit the ground running. I mean, he had 1,300 yards and 11 touchdowns his first year.
The Giants pretty much sucked around him, right?
He also had 91 catches for 721 yards. I mean, he had 2,000 total yards as a rookie. I mean, he was a stud.
But I just making that comparison because the Giants.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not asking you to recall exactly what their O-line looked like in 2018, but I don't imagine it was great.
He's got a quarterback too. I mean, I feel like Eli Manning's better than.
I don't know if 37-year-old Eli Manning was that much better than Jacoby Brissett. I mean, he probably was, but like Eli Manning at the end of his career is pretty rough. I mean, he can only throw the ball 4 yards down the field. Like he was just dinking,
just like his brother. Did Jeremiah Love? Did he catch the ball a lot?
Yeah, he's pretty solid receiving.
Pretty good out of the back.
I mean, he's been working out as a wide receiver as well to show that he could do that. So, like, I mean, he's going to be a weapon. He might be a top fantasy option this year, Cody. I don't know. I'm just saying I don't have a lot of love or faith in that offense.
Not intended. Were there any other guys that you might want to?
I don't know if you heard of Carnell Tate, but he's going to be catching passes from Cam Ward.
Well, yeah, and he's the top receiver taken, right?
Yeah.
Carnell, yeah. So,
hour one in the books. I really hope we don't have to wait too long for McCoy and Hood. Hour two, kicking off with some headlines. It's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
The flagship station for Tennessee football. Fans. Fan Run Radio.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends. Everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life. Days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half. Simple luxury for on and off the course.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco at Knoxville Smiles. Have you ever wanted to improve the look of your smile? We know firsthand what the power of a great smile means to a person's confidence and health. Our team of doctors can provide you with an array of options for helping you achieve your cosmetic goals. From simply moving teeth into a better position, to reversible cosmetic bonding, to full mouth implant-supported dentures. It is our goal to help patients feel good about their appearance while achieving optimal health. Want to learn more? Call us at 865-539-1776 to schedule an evaluation or visit us online at knoxvillesmiles.com.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Self. Kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. If you're watching on video, you see this beautiful new hoodie. Shout out to Sam. Shout out to Todd. Shout out to Inward Half. do you think? You think it looks good on me?
Those are azaleas?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, looks pretty sharp. Shout out to me. Shout out to Inward Half. Go pick you up one. InwardHalf.com.
I got a new item as well.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. My friend brought me a new hat from the Seattle Mariners
I don't
game.
think I've ever seen a fanny pack on a hat.
Oh, it's great. You can keep items in it. Right now, I'm keeping my Zen in it.
I mean, I guess it would be great if you're like swimming or like kayak. Like I'm picturing somebody like in a kayak going down with some stuff on his head that he doesn't want to get wet or something. I don't know.
It's just
maybe like phone at a concert.
I think it's just more so kind of a novelty. You know, it's just
snacks.
You could, yeah. I might keep nuts in there. Just fill it with peanuts, maybe a couple of some dried fruit,
bar mix.
Yeah, a Chex Mix.
You could make that like a bird feed hat.
Yeah,
you put it in there and then they just land on the bill. And
I look like the Home Alone lady.
Tater tots. You could put tater tots in it.
You could put tater tots in it. Yeah, you could put cat food so that when you see a stray cat, you got some kibble for him that you can.
Then they start calling you Cat Man.
Yeah,
I think you could fit like a small chicken cutlet in there.
Oh yeah, you could
a small one.
No, you could. It's kind of malleable. You could force it in there. You could probably get a pretty big cutlet in there. Honestly, you just have to pack it in tight. Oh, that'd be too like runny.
I'd have to keep the sauce
coming down.
Yeah, you'd get salmonella from the juice getting in your eyes and your mouth.
I'd have to keep the sauce in a separate container, maybe in my pocket. But the cutlet, you're right. The cutlet could go. You could keep a sausage in there. What else? Pocket knife. Get a pocket knife in it. It's the perfect size for just. I could keep my wallet. You know, there's a lot of things. But anyway,
let's hit some Hour 2 headlines. Cody McClure, what you got?
Thank you, John.
Big dog.
Although
I'm not feeling much like a big dog. My lower back's hurting a little bit.
Maybe just dog.
Yeah, I'm kind of just a dog this week.
Thank you, dog. Rick Barnes does not believe there's anything to talk about with Nate Ament in regards to the freshman's impending NBA draft.
Well, there wasn't because he announced shortly after.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I already know what the decision is because I know how good a basketball player he is, Barnes said.
Yeah. And then he announced like an hour later.
Yes.
Unclear, unclear whether or not he's keeping the door open, according to VolQuest, for a return. So, like, it didn't say that in the announcement, but I'm not necessarily giving up on that just yet. Now, look, it's always been more likely than not that he was ultimately going to go to the NBA.
Got headline music today.
And like, even with the door maybe slightly being open, it would still be like a 95% likelihood that he's gone, but
did anything that Rick Barnes said make you think anything different at all about it?
Yeah, it did.
Did you feel less good about it?
It did, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever he said that, I was like, oh, that doesn't make me feel.
Did you feel better when he brought up Duck Dynasty star Willie Robertson?
I got no real takes on the Duck Dynasty star. Now, I will say that yesterday, like we knew that Nate Ament was going to announce for the draft because the deadline was today. And like we all kind of knew he was going to go through the process. To me, just the announcement not including any type of wiggle room out was a little disheartening for me. It was a little surprising, but it's not necessarily over.
Well, another shocking turn yesterday in the Vrabel Rossini files. You want to spend some more time on that?
I like talking about Vrabel and Rossini.
Well, a lot happened yesterday. I mean, a whole lot. TMZ acquired.
He's such a fraud.
Here's a recap of yesterday's events in the Vrabel Rossini saga. The New York Post released damning photos of Vrabel and Rossini kissing on the mouth in 2020. COVID? I mean, come on. They weren't even masked up. Kissing on the mouth. While Vrabel was wearing his wedding ring and 6 months before Diana was married.
March 11th, I think, is the date they have circled for that being the day. So basically, like right when the world was getting ready to shut down.
And Vrabel and Rossini are just making out in the bar.
They said, we ain't got nothing to lose. Let's go for it.
Out there super spreading.
We never know when we're going to get to see each other again. I yearn for you. I got to say, the pictures I saw, I thought Vrabel was coming on a little strong. I almost felt like Diana was a little bit of a victim here with the way Vrabel was like leaning in. You ever seen the line test on social media with couples and relationships?
Yeah.
Vrabel was failing the line test. She was leaning away from him, and he was a 45-degree angle leaning in on her.
He said, I'm going for it.
Yeah. Then the casino. They had him pictures of them at the casino in Biloxi after he had gotten fired by the Titans.
Yeah, TMZ then released those photos.
I've had some people pointing out that like this relationship ultimately cost the Titans CJ Stroud.
Which, thanks, Diana, honestly.
Yeah. If you'd have said that 2 years ago, I would have been mad. But right now, I'm like, I'd rather have Cam Ward.
Twitter then began connecting the dots, showing that Vrabel may be the father of Rossini's firstborn son, Michael.
That's where it gets weird, man. Like she finally logged on and deleted her Twitter account.
Well, that was the last thing, yeah.
She finally logged on and deleted her Twitter account because there was a lot of stuff there that either made her look just absolutely diabolical or maybe like of an obsessed stalker almost.
People are now calling for paternity tests.
She was sitting there and she had tweeted, looking at my new son, Michael, wondering who are the best Michaels to have ever played or coached in the NFL. Like that was a tweet she had.
Yeah. Dave Portnoy, a former Rossini supporter.
What a day. I'm going to walk funny for a week.
Yeah, she had said that too. Was that real? I don't know if that one was real.
To me.
Portnoy says
know.
You just can't name your kid the same name as the guy you're having an affair with. We have entered banana land with this story, and nothing is off the table. And shortly after, like you said, Rossini deletes her X account. So do you feel differently than you did a couple weeks ago about her getting another job? Because you said she'll land somewhere in the media.
I still think she can be.
Not as a journalist.
No, but she can still be hell, I'm interested in what she says. Like,
I don't think Barstool likes her though.
Like, it seems like Big Cat has definitely like been making a lot of jokes at her expense.
Well, because they used to have her and PFT had their thing. They used to like each other. You know,
PFT
who knows what was happening there.
PFT still hasn't really came out and said anything too mean about her. Like he's kind of took the high road because I do think there's I would say friendship there. Hell, who knows? Maybe she just has sex with everybody. But like, it seems like they're friends, so he hasn't really taken any shots at her. But his partner, Big Cat, definitely has, and now Portnoy has.
But if Barstool doesn't hire her, I mean, what's she looking at? Outkick?
No, I mean, she can go and do her own YouTube page.
Just work for herself?
Yeah, I mean, like she can go and I'm interested in what she says.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely a lane there for her to capitalize on some of this.
She could be a political grifter. I mean, she's a good talker. She's a good writer, or at least, her editor was good. I mean,
but man, the heat right now is so.
Yeah, but she could write a book, man. She could write a book, and if she wanted, she could easily flip this on Vrabel and almost come across as a victim if she wanted.
Yeah.
Not saying she will or should or was, but like she could.
It's a hell of a saga. It's really.
Did you watch any of the Mike Vrabel press conference he had before the draft?
Well, that was another thing.
That was so awkward. Like the fact they even called it, he didn't have anything new to say other than he just kept reiterating, I got to do what's best for my family and my team. Those are the two most important things. And he kept saying in that order, aka my family is the most important, which I did think it was funny. Someone said, well, it kind of seems like your priorities are round 1, 2, and 3, then your family, then, the rest of the draft. But at the end of it, he said, I'm looking forward to the challenge, basically, of putting his life back together and earning the trust for his team and his wife again, earning the trust. He said, I'm looking forward to the challenge. And then he kind of paused as if he's like, man, that was a dumb thing to say. And then he just ended the press conference and left. Very, very, very weird, man.
Even his call, like, with their first rounder was weird.
I didn't see that.
He was just like, hey, this is Coach Vrabel. And he was like, what's up, Coach? How are you doing? And he kind of paused. He was kind of just like, doing great.
Man, I don't know if you've seen the news, but I've been a lot better. Thank you for asking. I'm not doing so good right now, but we don't have to talk about it. Man, I'm pretty stressed out. I don't know if you heard. I got to go to a couples counseling on Saturday. I got to miss the draft. My wife is still going to leave me after all this, but at least I can tell everybody I tried. My lawyer says it'll be good to look like I'm putting forth effort. I really just miss Diana. She won't return my texts anymore. She's mad at me.
I wonder how that's going. I wonder
her husband's going to kill me. He's putting a hit out on me. I got to look both ways when I cross the street. I got to check before I start my car. He's going to blow me up.
Do you think they're in love?
That to me, look.
Or is it just a sexual thing?
You should never let anybody keep you from your soulmate, even if it's your wife or your husband. And like Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini, they might just be soulmates. They've been doing this for over 6 years now.
I mean,
so yes,
really,
I do think they're in love. And, don't let being married stop you from getting to your soulmate, I guess, is the story to take away from this.
That's the lesson, huh?
I say that in jest, although there was that couple on like Good Morning America that both like left their spouses and just got married to each other, and like they look happier than ever. They're living life. They got caught having an affair, and they're like, you know what? You're right, but we love each other, so we're getting divorced and we're marrying each other. If Vrabel and Diana both got divorced and married each other, it wouldn't be that surprising to me. Although Vrabel at this point has clearly picked his wife and trying to save face and put his family back together.
I am pretty sad because apparently in one of the photos, I guess where they're like kissing, the Tribeca Tavern up in New York, that place is since closed. So I can never go there and visit that historical location.
It was I think they said it was like a little hole in the wall in New York. So I mean, I assume COVID probably put it out of business. But like, that's the thing is, it feels like so many people had pictures of Vrabel and just kind of didn't know who Diana Rossini was and assumed that was like his wife. And now that like the stories come out, they're like, oh, wait, no, I got this picture from back in the day. Maybe I can sell this because that's that woman. It seems that way to me.
Or do you think one of the either Mr. Rossini or Mrs. Vrabel hired this PI and was just like, just let me know whenever this stops. And
yeah,
he's like, hey, we're on year 6. This is still going on.
Well, I mean, that PI might have tracked down these pictures, but like, I don't think the PI took this picture 6 years ago themselves and said on it. Like, somebody realized what they were sitting on and then sold it to like TMZ.
What a day. I'm going to walk funny for a week, she tweeted on March 12th, 2020.
And that was after she was in New York.
Man.
Like I said, like some of it's like her there was another interview that they were doing where she was asking him questions about his wife's athleticism. And he basically is like, she's not very athletic anymore. AKA she's old and fat. She can beat me at ping pong though. And like Diana's almost like playing cat, like just almost like toying with like the wife. It's just gross.
Yeah, I saw that clip too.
That was just gross.
When you see him actually in the bar swapping spit, does it make you feel a little bit different about Vrabel?
I think Vrabel's a creep.
Well, no, I mean, just in terms of like, do you think he's safe? Or I mean, if more stuff comes out, like
there was a moment yesterday during his press conference that he paused. He's like, I've got to do what's best for my family and my team. And like he paused and I was like, I thought he was going to say, with that being said, I'm stepping away. But he was like, with that being said, I'll be gone Saturday. Like he was just like, I can get all this fixed in one day. Which, I mean, he didn't say one day because like somebody asked like, hey, is this the only football thing you think you're going to miss? And he was basically like, I don't know. But like, no, Robert Kraft's not going to fire him, I don't think. And I don't even know if necessarily I think he should be fired. I know I said yesterday, like the head coach has to hold himself to a standard and be the face of the franchise. Like, I don't know if cheating on your wife is worthy of getting fired. But like, it's one of those things like Bruce Pearl. I do go back to that. I'm very curious if Mike Vrabel was very truthful with Robert Kraft and with his team. Because Mike Vrabel clearly didn't think people had the smoking gun.
No.
Or else he wouldn't have called it laughable and basically challenged people to find more things to talk about when it came to it. He called it laughable and was very dismissive of it. Diana Rossini lied about it, kept doubling down that nothing happened. So, like, there's a part of me that thinks Mike Vrabel, even if he was caught by the Patriots, said, yeah, it was a one-time thing. That's the only time it happened. I was weak. We had some drinks, yada, yada, yada. And I wonder if he told his team that or told Robert Kraft that, and now they've uncovered this has been going on for 6 years.
Yeah, because if he lied to the team, then there's no coming back from that.
You wouldn't think so. You think if he looked all his players in the face and basically tried to spin it as a one-time thing, then yeah, like.
And now he's just clearly a liar.
So, but I don't know. I haven't seen anybody confirm that that's the case. I definitely think that he, it said, New York Post said that they reached out to him and Diana after they had the pictures of them kissing, which is why I think Vrabel got out ahead of it. They reached out for comment, and that's when all of a sudden he changed his tune and was going to therapy and had to openly talk to his team about it and everything. So I'm sure he had to be truthful.
This could make him the greatest coach of all time. He's going to buckle down and just nothing but X's and O's constantly.
No. If anything, he's going to lose his mind. He can't buckle down, Bubba. He's already saying, I can't even do the draft. I got to go do family stuff.
I do not want him to.
There's going to be one game this week where his wife really wants to test him and says, if you love me, you'll stay home and go to this with me, and it'll be Sunday, and I'll have to skip the game. Sorry, guys. Family comes first. Wife said I needed to go pick out some paint with her at Home Depot. She said if I really loved her and wasn't cheating on her, I'd do it. So, sorry, guys, I got to do it.
Nikola Jokic was in hell again last night.
Boy, was he.
Missing 19 of his 26 shots.
Let's talk a little basketball, both NBA and Tennessee. Coming up after the break, it's Talk Sports on Fan Run Radio.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Vols fans. Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
The more you listen to your kids, the closer you'll be. So we asked kids, what do you want your parents to hear?
I feel sometimes that I'm not listened to. I would just want you to listen to me more often and evaluate situations with me and lead me towards success.
Listening is a form of love. Find resources to help you support your kids and their emotional well-being at sounditouttogether.org. That's sounditouttogether.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Pivotal.
You talked about Nikola Jokic getting shut down. How was night 3 as an NBA fan for you?
Well, Minnesota won.
Yeah.
Atlanta won. Unfortunately, Cleveland did not win.
Oh, I wish you had texted me and asked me about that one.
It was my friend's fault.
I wish you had texted me and asked me. Very rarely should you take the road team up 2-0 in a playoff series. Very, very, very rarely.
I wanted Toronto.
Yeah,
I did.
Who's your friend?
Brandon.
You trusted Brandon more than me?
No.
Well, you should have asked me. I'm at your disposal. I talked one of my buddies out of it because he was like Cleveland. I was like, no, don't take Cleveland. Don't take Cleveland. I told him. I saved him some money. I said, don't do it.
I didn't think to ask you.
I would have told you. I don't know if I would have told you to bet the Raptors, but I would have said, don't take anybody.
Well,
don't take anybody.
There were 3 games. I wanted to take 3 teams. I got 2 out of 3 right. I had Minnesota and Atlanta.
I had a nice money line parlay of just the Hawks and the Wolves, so I'm riding high.
There you go.
Caw-caw.
There you go. That's a good pick, man. How about those Hawks, huh?
You coming to the game tomorrow?
Man. I really want to.
It was popping. It sounded good on TV. It looked good. I was sad I wasn't there. I was sad I didn't go down, but I got to go to a funeral today, so I couldn't go down early.
It really is a great opportunity, man, but I just, I
feel like you'd be hooked if you went to a game in person. I feel like you'd be like, this is fun. I get it now. I get why John loves it. They had Pastor Troy there rapping.
And the East Side Boys?
No, I don't think the East Side Boys were there. Just just Pastor Troy. They had Soulja Boy performing, in between commercials. They were having a good old time.
That does sound fun.
T.I. and his ugly wife Tani was right there courtside. They showed Tyler Perry. Place was buzzing. That was a stressful game. Sam, did you watch it? Did you come into basketball mode at all last night?
Once again, just watched during crunch time.
Of the Hawks-Knicks game?
Yeah.
So you saw us really just kind of fall apart for a little bit.
I watched like the last 6 minutes. Yeah.
We started kind of falling apart, and I was like, man, we were doing the same thing the Knicks did in game 2, and this sucks. Like OG Anunoby, hat tip to that guy because he just kept hitting crazy three-pointers as the shot clock expired, and I was getting so mad. And then when the game was tired, I told Rachel, my old lady, I said, here it comes. Here's where this little fat boy Brunson, who's been getting cooked all game, he's getting ready to hit this shot, and I'm going to lose my mind. And sure enough, he hit that and one, and I took this old cheap necklace I bought as a prop, and I just slammed it down up against like my little table, and she looked so scared. And I was like, oh, maybe I should chill out a little bit. Maybe I should calm down.
This is what you're getting for the next 40 years, huh?
Yeah. Frank, I don't know if he's just old or if he's just used to it, but he wasn't bothered. He just stayed on the couch. He just sleeping through it. And she was just kind of like, she didn't act scared, but I was like, maybe I need to shut a little bit. I'm kicking the recliner.
Were you actually mad?
Yeah, I was mad.
Yeah,
because I have tickets to Game 4 and tickets to Game 6, and the difference between going to Game 4 up 2-1 versus going down 1-2 is a world of difference.
Yeah.
If you win Game 4 and you're up 2-1, that means you're up 3-1 and you're in the driver's seat.
That's fun.
Yeah. If you go to the game and you're down 1-2, like you might be seeing the death of your team there. Because if you lose and you're down 3-1 going back to New York, you're pretty much cooked.
Yeah, right.
So from my experience Saturday, even my parlay aside, I was like, man, this sucks. And then you blow an 18-point lead. This sucks. And then that fat boy Jalen Brunson, because I could already picture him in the press conference mocking C.J. McCollum. Because you remember after Game 2, they asked C.J. McCollum if he likes the matchup when he's matched up on Jalen Brunson. He said, what do you think?
Yeah, he made it personal.
So then Jalen Brunson scored on him, and it looked like he was about to steal Game 3. And I could already picture them asking him if he liked the matchup with C.J. McCollum and him saying, what do you think? All that was playing through my mind. But then Jalen Johnson drove down, got fouled. They didn't call it. He gets a putback. We're down 1. Then they absolutely clamp up Jalen Brunson. That's about as good of a defensive possession as you could have, forcing an air ball shot clock violation. And then C.J. McCollum. The CJ, you know what it stands for? Clutch jumper. Nails it. Boom. Back up 1. And then they absolutely clamp up Brunson again, force a turnover. And I was through the moon. I was so excited.
I was going to say courageous junkie.
Clutch jumper. And the Hawks are now up 2-1.
Corduroy jumpsuit.
Sam, what was your takeaway from crunch time?
I mean, it's just, prop Joe.
Big fat prop Joe. I hate Jalen Brunson. I did feel a little bad for him after the game because they're asking him what happened. He's just kind of like, I wish I had an answer for you, man. I don't know. Like, that's what he said after he turned it over.
Got beat again.
It is funny for me to watch him not be able to play defense or not even be able to pass the ball. He could get buckets. I'll give Brunson credit that he could get tough buckets, but man, playing with him does not seem fun. There's so many times he just dribbles the ball for 20 seconds and forces up a bad jumper. Like, at least when Trae Young was there, Trae Young was at least trying to pass the ball to people to get assists. Like, he couldn't play defense either, and he took some bad shots, but at least, like, hey, if you're open, he's going to pass you the ball. He was an assist leader in the league. Brunson can get buckets, but, man, he can't play defense, and he just refuses to pass the ball. Crazy to watch.
It felt good being a non-NBA watcher and just in those last, 3 possessions being, just only from hearing your hate of Brunson and CJ McCollum. I was just like, CJ McCollum's going to come down here and hit a big bucket, and then Brunson's going to think he can hit the game winner, and he's going to gag all over himself.
He didn't even shoot it. He turned it over. Hell, him forcing the shot, ironically, would have been better than what he did, which is just throw the ball away. CJ McCollum doing this, basically after being an afterthought. He's 34 years old. He was kind of wasting away in Washington, and then he was just salary cap filler for the Trae Young trade is pretty cool. And, everyone that talks about him just talks about him being a really likable guy. One of the craziest things you'll see, Cody, Karl Anthony Towns last night in 34 minutes was a plus 22. He was a plus 22 in the minutes he was on the court. His team lost by 1 point. He was a plus 22 in 34 minutes, which means they lost the other minutes by 23 points in the 14 minutes he was on the court.
So that's good.
Well, I mean, it's not good for the Knicks because they lost, but
it's good for him.
If I'm Karl Anthony Towns, I'm like, hell, we were awesome whenever I was on the floor. I'm the most important player here.
He plays for the Knicks now.
Did you not watch the game?
I didn't watch last night.
Oh, did you not watch game 2?
Yeah, I did watch game 2.
Yeah, he's out there.
Last night though I couldn't because they put him back on
Amazon
Prime.
Yeah,
I don't know what was up with that.
So you missed the heroics. You missed the clutch ending.
I saw the highlight.
I will say this playoffs for me has been kind of a win for big time experience and ethical basketball.
That's what you like to see. Get back to the fundamentals.
Just like, hey, CJ McCollum has been for 10 years, 15 years, one of the best mid-range shooters. He doesn't do the foul baiting. He just gets to his spot and hits a jumper.
Classic basketball.
And he was able to get, for the game winner, he was able to get to his spot and hit a jumper. Jonathan Kuminga, is kind of left for dead, but hell, this is a win for championship experience because he's been an absolute difference maker, since getting to Atlanta, an absolute difference maker in the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors just gave up on him, gave him away, and now he's making big plays. In the nightcap, though, you had Minnesota and Denver. And, I told you I was looking forward to 2 things yesterday. I wanted to see if Jalen Brunson was going to take any pride in his defense. He didn't. He was still getting cooked. And I wanted to see if Nikola Jokic was going to take any pride in his defense of being called out, or if he was at least going to go out there and play a superstar offensive game to counteract it. He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He got shut down again by Gobert. He was 7 of 26 from the field. He was 2 of 10 from 3, and it was a layup line at the rim again.
He didn't look like an MVP to me.
Jaden McDaniels, who called out the Nuggets, said they don't play defense. He answered the bell. He was the leading scorer for the Timberwolves. Well, at least of the starters. Desumnu had 25 on the bench, but McDaniels had 20 points, 9 of 13 from 3, only hit 1 3, only hit 1 free throw. You know what that tells me? His other 8 makes were just right there around the rim where he said they couldn't guard him. He was just down there beating them up down low. He caught him out.
They're going timber.
He backed it up.
They're going timber. Remember that song?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that song. 2 of my favorites, Kesha and Pitbull. Come on, man.
Yeah. That I was surprised to see that happen to Jokic again, just because he's an MVP. I mean, he's one of the top guys in the league. You'd think a guy like that would be able to bounce back from what happened. That he would be embarrassed and ashamed of that performance the other night.
Well, now that
he
puts
got
more
worked.
Well, now that puts more pressure on him in Game 4 because he still had a pretty good game in Game 3, despite them losing
points wise.
Yeah, he still had assists and rebounds, but they lost. He didn't take the shot to tie the game, but at least like Jokic, I don't think was down on himself after Game 2. He 1,000% should be down on himself after Game 3 though. Like that was a stinker. So like
he missed 19 of his 26 shots.
Yeah, no, that it was 100% a stinker in Game 3. So now I'm very curious to see how he responds in Game 4 when their backs are against the wall. Because if they lose Game 4, the series isn't over.
Well,
but like I don't see them beating this team 3 straight times in a row.
Well, even in Game 2, I mean, he may have had the numbers, but from what I watched, I mean, Gobert had him in a blender in the second half of that game.
The fourth quarter, especially.
The fourth quarter, yeah.
Third quarter, Jokic was really good, but fourth quarter, Gobert shut him down.
So if you look at the last, I guess, at least the end of that game and then Game 3, it feels like Minnesota's definitely got the advantage on him.
I think so. I think that's part of what Jaden McDaniels talked about, though. Like, hey, we're going to the rim. Jokic can't play defense. And in Game 3, Jokic did not prove them wrong. But it was Denver's offense that really was terrible. They only scored 11 points in the first quarter.
That's not good for an NBA game.
Yeah, they had 6 points the first 10 minutes of the game. So, like, yeah, they just came out, dug a hole, and couldn't dig out of it. They also didn't have Aaron Gordon, who's their third best player. Maybe second best overall player, but definitely third best player. At least third best player.
I don't know him.
He's good, but he's always injured. I don't know if he'll be back for
he's good. He's in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be back for Game 4.
Hell, they're all good.
But the Nuggets and Jokic and Brunson and the Knicks are both in the same position. Hell, I think you could say the same thing tonight, Cody, about Kevin Durant. He's in that position. At least he's at home tonight with a chance to bounce back in Houston, whereas Jokic and Brunson and the Nuggets and the Knicks have to do it on the road in Game 4. But Durant, we're looking at him a little funny too after this last game and them being down 2-0 to this Lakers team. How is he going to respond tonight?
Yeah,
that's what makes a playoff series fun, because you do have the ebbs and flows and you have the storyline starting to develop.
Those other two series were 1-1 too.
Yeah,
and, this one's 2-0.
Yeah, I can't find myself to really get too wrapped up in Celtics, Sixers, or Spurs, Blazers, though.
You said that the other night, and then the Sixers won.
They did. Boston, even in Philadelphia, coming off of a loss, though, is still 7.5-point favorites.
Yeah.
I assume Boston will win tonight as well, but who knows? I still would bet a lot of money that Boston wins the series. Whereas in the Lakers-Rockets, I do feel like that one's a coin flip series at this point. Houston feels like they're going to come back and win. And who knows? If they win the next 2 games at home, it'll be fine. You'll take your chances in a best-of-3 series if you're the Rockets. But I don't know if you saw, but your boy Austin Reeves upgraded to questionable.
Yeah, he's getting better. That's the thing about the NBA, with it being a 7-game series, like with Boston, they're going to win the series because the best team wins.
Typically.
When you get 7 games to figure it out.
Not always, but typically. You can have a team fall apart in real time. Now, the Celtics, I don't think, are going to do that, but if they have bad shooting nights, they don't win typically. I think I saw that if they shoot over 38% from 3, they're basically like, I think it was like 36-1 or something crazy. Maybe not that good, but when they shoot under 38% from 3, they're 22-24 on the year.
Got to shoot the basketball.
So you got to, they got to be able to hit shots. So I think that makes them 34-2 when they shoot over 38%. So that's really what it comes down to for them. They shoot a whole bunch of threes. Or they make them or they miss them.
I'm going timber.
Talk some Tennessee baseball coming up next. Actually, do we have any Tennessee basketball stuff we need to hit? I mean, outside the Nate Ament stuff. The timing was interesting. Not coincidence. As soon as Nate Ament announced he was head of the draft, Jalen Harrelson tweets out a big orange with like a highlight video. Just kind of like, yeah, if that guy's not going to be there blocking my minutes, yeah, I'm back on board, Tennessee. Let's go.
Point guard 1 didn't enter the portal.
No, we're still waiting on Juke Harris's decision. It feels like it's NBA versus Tennessee versus Michigan. People still say Tennessee's in a good spot. We'll find out. Probably not until the end of May. Probably not until he has to make a decision on whether or not to pull out of the draft.
Hell, that's going to be a month away.
Rick Barnes says he has a silent commitment. Everyone kind of connecting the dots believes it is the Kennesaw State forward
Big
Braden
fella.
Liu who was here.
The big fella.
6'9", a depth piece, a guy that'll be in the rotation, but not a starter. Conference USA All Defensive Team, blocked 50 shots.
He's going timber.
That's all the Tennessee basketball notes I have for you.
There's one more.
What's the other one?
We officially hired that coach.
Oh, yeah. Earl Grant.
Yes.
Yeah. That's been openly talked about.
Made it
Yeah,
official
it is
with
official.
Earl.
Yeah. Tennessee will not have an associate head coach on staff this upcoming season. But he says he wanted to come here and coach with his boy Barnes, who he's known for a long time. We'll talk some Tennessee baseball coming up after the break. Stick with us.
Catch up with all things Fan Run by subscribing to our podcast feed. Like, rate, and download the show from the Fan Run app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Citizens National Bank.
Life is more fun with a Good Life account, offering extra benefits, including bank travel. Experience the trip of a lifetime to Ireland. Explore rolling green hills, historic castles, and charming villages across the Emerald Isle. Get in on the fun. Call 865-429-7935 today.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Are you tired of waiting on interest rates to drop before you start saving money? I'm Chris Burleson with University Lending Group, and I've got a better way. With a traditional closed-end mortgage, most of your payment goes straight to interest, not your balance. But with my Smart Loan, every deposit you make cuts your principal immediately and reduces interest in real time. On average, my clients pay off their mortgage in just 7 years. Call me today at 865-388-7634 or visit smartloantn.com and let's turn your income into financial freedom. NMLS number 332941.
Fan Run Radio, where Big Orange Country comes to talk sports. Start your morning off with your daily dose of talk sports with John Reed and Cody McClure from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook with William Pattison from 1 to 3. And The Drive from 3 to 6. It's 10 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Surfside is made with vodka, real tea, and real juice, and has only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no bubbles, no troubles. That's why Surfside was named the 2025 Spirit Brand of the Year by MarketWatch. Their variety packs come with options: iced tea, lemonade, or green tea. Find your flavor by trying them all. Surfside, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older to enjoy. Party smart.
It's baseball time in Knoxville. Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week. We start the week off Tuesday and jump right into our final matinee game on Wednesday with first pitch at 12:30. Thursday is Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and the weekend, you know it's rockin' with Feel Good Friday, dancing with the Smokies on Saturday, and post-game fireworks, and it's halfway to Halloween on Sunday. Don't miss a minute of the action. Reserve your seats now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, Ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Good morning, sports fans. It's Aiden Sidoti with your Talk Sports update. Number 8, Tennessee softball is set to host number 2, Alabama at Sherry Lee Parker Stadium as the series opens Saturday with first pitch set for 3 p.m. Eastern on SEC Network Plus. In the NFL, the Los Angeles Rams made their move at quarterback, selecting Alabama's Ty Simpson with the 13th overall pick as Matthew Stafford, age 38, heads into his 18th NFL season. In the NBA, CJ McCollum buried a fadeaway jumper with 12.5 seconds left to sink New York again, lifting the Atlanta Hawks to a 109-108 win and a 2-1 lead over the Knicks in their first-round series. Hey, John and Cody, do you guys agree with the Rams taking Ty Simpson at pick number 13? And back to you guys in the White Claw Hard Seltzer studio.
I might try next week taking Aiden's sports updates and changing the tempo and like speeding it up.
What's wrong with the tempo, John?
I'm going to take it and basically.
You think he played lacrosse?
Do I think Aiden played lacrosse?
Yeah.
He's from Kansas. I don't really think of Kansas as a big lacrosse state, but I don't.
If you've got such a problem with the update, do it yourself.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to speed it up.
It kind of just sounds like a slowed down version of Cody's impression of what's the guy's name from Fox National?
Bill Clinton?
No.
Fox
Rob
National.
Parker.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're just doing a really slowed down Rob Parker.
What do you mean an impression? I'm not doing any impression.
What do you mean?
I will say
keep it to yourself, Sam.
One thing I do want to point out about Nate Ament that we haven't discussed yet.
I want to talk about Kim Caldwell.
All right, go ahead. What do you want to say?
Well, carry on with what you were
go ahead.
say.
I'll get to my Nate Ament point here in a second. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I just want to give her a shout out. She's working.
Oh.
She's over there. She's working.
Didn't I give her a shout out like 2 days ago? You said, oh, to hell with her. She sucks.
Well, look.
Really?
Listen.
Really, you care?
Well, listen, I still kind of feel that way because I feel like it's a sinking ship. It's like I feel like we've hit the iceberg and we're just waiting to see, But I give her credit. She's at least working.
Here's what I think. I think the sink was shipping. And you know what happened?
You think the what?
I think the sink was shipping. Oh, wait. I think the ship was sinking. But you know what happened? All the rats jumped off. And then she said, now that all the rats and all the dead weight's gone, we're okay. We can get some of this water off this boat and we can fix this. And maybe.
Are you calling me a rat?
I was really calling like the coaches that were undermining her. Allegedly a rat.
My boat.
All the players.
I'm going to swim around in the ocean now.
All the players that looked like they flat out quit last year were rats. And I'm saying maybe, just maybe, they were the problem.
As Joe Biden once said, let me be clear. I do think she's going to fail, and I do think she's going to get fired. I'm just saying I'm giving her credit for she's working. Do
you think
she's trying to put something together? She's got one last-ditch effort.
Do you think she gets fired after this year?
Yes.
Because, I mean, you can say that about every coach. They're eventually going to fail and get fired. But you think it happens in year 3?
Well, hang on. Let me be clear. I think that she's going to show improvement this year, and there's going to be a debate about whether to fire her because she's going to get to like the Sweet 16, but that's still not going to meet the standard of the program. She's going to be in purgatory.
I think if she gets to the Sweet 16, she would be safe, personally, because it would show improvement. It'd be hard to fire her after showing improvement.
I get what you're saying, but it just feels like endless purgatory for me with her. Like, I feel like that's her ceiling.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure. I just don't envision Danny firing her after if she puts it back together to the point where they improve and get to the Sweet 16.
Well, you're right about that.
That becomes easy to be like, oh, give her another year. She can maybe take the step forward again.
You're right about that because Danny's going to do everything he can to not fire her.
I think you also have to factor in that you could potentially be searching for a men's basketball coach next year if you're putting all this money into one last run with Rick.
Don't take Rick from me, Sam.
Yeah.
Don't take Rick Barnes.
And I don't think you'd go and do 2 basketball coach searches in the same cycle.
Probably wouldn't want to.
I'm excited for the South Carolina game.
Now, with Rick, you wouldn't be having to pay a buyout.
Right.
So, like, you don't want to fire 2 basketball coaches at the same time. Maybe it'd be a little bit more stable there. Bubba says he's looking forward to the South Carolina game.
I want to heckle the heck out of Olivia Edwards.
Olivia Edwards,
she's going to cry when she comes to Knoxville.
You're not going to go to the damn game and do a damn thing, Bubba. You ain't going to go there and heckle her.
Yeah, Bubba, you go heckle that 18-year-old girl.
You ain't going to
show her who's boss.
You ain't going to show up to the game, and you ain't going to heckle her, and you ain't going to make her cry. She's probably going to come here.
Don Staley will come over there and whip your ass.
She's probably going to come here and dunk on us, like literally.
I knew she was good, but then like when I saw the little video that South Carolina put out of her, I was like, how did we not land this girl?
I didn't watch it. Was it just her being nasty?
She's just one of those girls that just looks like she could play in the men's game.
Yeah. Eric writes in,
so big.
He's looking to buy a hat like mine, but on eBay they're reselling them for $70.
Wow.
Eric, I'll sell you this one for $50.
There you go. Look at that, Eric. You've already saved $20.
Actually, I don't know. I think this hat might be worth more than $50 to me.
I don't think it is.
Well,
I think if I offered you right now $50 cash, you'd give it to me.
Well, here's the thing. It's a gift from a friend, which
it's not sentimental though.
All my gifts from friends are sentimental.
No.
Yes. If you get me a little knickknack,
oh yeah,
I will never.
Where's that Rolling Stones booklet? I
have it.
Where's it at?
At home.
What do you do with it?
I mean, it's on the shelf.
Do you use it?
The rest of my notebooks, but I have it.
Do you use it?
I keep it.
Does it mean anything to you?
Yes.
Where's the computer I bought you?
At home.
Do you use it?
Okay. Well, first of all, a computer is a tool.
It's a gift.
It's a tool. It's not
It was a gift.
That's
what you said. You claimed I gave it to you. You said
I'm talking about a little.
You literally said you gave it to me.
I like little knickknacks. I'm telling you, if you go to Chicago, you went to Chicago, right? Say from Chicago, you had brought me back like a little replica Sears Tower thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would keep that until the day that I die.
Until the day that you die.
I would. Miles
all right.
brought me a clock tower thing from London. I've still got it.
I'm going to bring you back something from the Hawks game on Saturday.
Do it.
I'm going to try to find the weirdest, hardest to keep thing, and we're going to see if we'll keep it.
I love things.
Every
like
time
that.
I go to a gas station from now on, I'm going to buy you a keychain.
Well, if you overdo it.
No, you said any gift, I'm going to buy you just nonstop keychains. I'm going to give you so many gifts.
I'll keep them.
And I want you
they're
to
from
keep
different towns, like
yep. I'm gonna
love,
buy you the ones that have different names on them.
I love things.
I'm gonna get you one that says
towns.
Cody. I'm gonna get you one that says Greg, and you're gonna have to keep this little gift that just says Greg.
I love little knickknacks, especially from towns across the country, different little towns. Like that little town I told you, Williams, Arizona. Me and Mom stayed at.
Yeah,
love that little town. Such a just cute little old west town. I could spend 3 days there.
What I will say about Nate Ament, and I think he definitely deserves some love here.
Oh, now Eric is putting out a great idea. This is a marketing idea. I need to tell the boss man. He's saying we need to get fan run hats like this with the zipper pouch. Imagine how much we could sell those for on the company website.
You think people would actually wear those?
So
I would.
$20 a piece. Bubba loves it.
Yeah, I know. No disrespect to Bubba, who I love, but I ain't seen a lot of people wearing that little beanie he wears either. The hat without a brim, like he wears that, but I don't see a lot of people like beating down the door to buy those. Again, no offense to Bubba.
This is cool as hell. When Brandon showed me this, I said, "Oh my God, that's cool as hell." And he said everyone else who he got one, who he showed it to, they're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool." It's like it's a bit of a novelty.
Are you going to start wearing that hat?
As a matter of fact, it's about time for a Zen. Let me go ahead and
this is what's going to make Cody
get this
become
out
a
of my
Mariners fan.
trusty pouch here. You can zip it right
That's a
back
good question. Are you a Mariners fan now?
Well, no. It's just a gift.
Are you going to wear this hat often?
Probably. I'll wear a hat for any team if it's a gift.
Okay.
Except the Florida Gators. I will never.
I've seen you in Alabama gear.
Well, them too.
No, we've seen you in Alabama gear.
No, you haven't.
Waving flags.
You've seen me with a flag that I stole off of a car after we lost 49-10 because I was pissed off and I ripped it off this guy's truck. That's why I have that Alabama flag.
I don't know.
And I keep that as a memory because to hell with you and all, everybody like you. And I ripped that flag off of his truck. Said, you go to hell. And I stomped on it. And then I took it home.
That hurt his window?
I don't know.
The War Room on VolQuest did have the tidbit that Nate Ament's circle, some people around him, his agent, told him he should enter the transfer portal by the end of by the end of the deadline, saying like just to keep his options open, to keep every option open. You know how players will do that sometimes, like, hey, I'm entering the portal, but I'm also really going to the draft. But hey, just in case,
might go play hockey.
A lot of people in his crew had told him to do that, but Nate Ament said, no, I'm not doing that.
Guess his circle's looking a little square.
Wait, what do you mean?
He said, I'm not doing that. He said, it's either the NBA or Tennessee. I'm not entering the transfer portal and letting people bid on me. I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah.
He said it's Tennessee or it's the NBA.
Yeah. I thought you meant never mind. Carry on. I thought you meant like he was going to be like he's either going to the NBA or he's going to Tennessee. Like there's not going to be any test in the waters.
Oh, no.
It's like if he commits to the NBA,
people want him to test the waters of testing the open market and seeing like, hey, does a desperate Kentucky offer us $8 million?
I would never expect Nate to do that.
Well, his team wanted him to do it, and he said, no, not doing it, which I think is admirable. Maybe that's a goofy thing to actually like think is cool, but in today's climate, I do think that's cool. Like, hey, nope, I'm loyal to Tennessee, and either I'm playing college basketball here or I'm going to the NBA.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, man. That is admirable in today's game. I like that.
So I did want to give him a shout out for that because it would have been easy to do that.
There's a guy in our chat named Chad Morris. You think it's the former Arkansas coach? Remember that guy?
Actually, it is. He has said before that's him.
Well, he says Elander sucks.
Yeah, I did promise some Tennessee baseball talk. I guess we'll hit it in hour 3. It could be boiled down to that. Maybe that is as simple as it needs to be, Chad. Elander sucks. Hop in the YouTube chat. Search Fan Run on YouTube. Go
Chad's
like the page.
popping today, man.
You know,
I used to say nobody listens to Friday shows, but they seem to like it on YouTube.
A year ago, when I was trying to get that YouTube popping, I just wanted to get to 1,000 subscriptions. Now we're not where we need to be. We still need to grow, but we're at 3,199 now. How about that?
We got 86 people live, which is pretty good for a Friday local live sports show.
If we can get over 3,200 by the end of the show, that'd be pretty cool. Somebody go subscribe right now. It's free. I mean, you ain't got to pay to do it. Just go hit subscribe. Get us over 3,200. Because, again, that's something that when we started that last year.
Yeah, and if you say nice stuff, I'll give you a shout-out on the radio.
That's cool, too.
So,
hour 2 in the books. Hour 3 headlines coming at you. Stick with us.
Can't get enough Fan Run Radio? Download the free Fan Run app and take the best Tennessee sports conversations with you wherever you go. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
This ain't no wishy-washy, limp-wristed, kale-eating, half-ass sports radio. You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Check out our new and improved website at fanrunradio.com.
At Knoxville Insurance Group, they understand the challenges many consumers face when searching for insurance coverage. That's why whether it's for you, your family, or your business, they create a coverage plan specifically for your unique needs. Knoxville Insurance Group is an independent firm. which means they aren't beholden to just one insurance company. They search multiple companies, acting as your negotiator to find you the best possible policy and price. Start a quote in minutes at KnoxvilleInsuranceGroup.com or call them today at 865-694-9788.
Hi, this is Dr. Stephen Malone at Knoxville Smiles. Has it been a while since your last dental visit? If so, I'd like to invite you to come see us. At Knoxville Smiles, it's our vision to provide the best dental care in town in a relaxed, friendly environment. So if it's been a while and you've been putting it off, don't wait any longer. Come see us at Knoxville Smiles. You can schedule an appointment online at knoxvillesmiles.com or by phone at 865-539-1776.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria. Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold wave filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. Come on, grab a pack. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavor. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
It's baseball time in Knoxville. Your Knoxville Smokies are back home all this week. We start the week off Tuesday and jump right into our final matinee game on Wednesday with first pitch at 12:30. Thursday is Knox Vegas Thirsty Thursday with half-off draft beers, and the weekend, you know it's rockin' with Feel Good Friday, dancing with the Smokies on Saturday, and post-game fireworks, and it's halfway to Halloween on Sunday. Don't miss a minute of the action. Reserve your seats now at smokiesbaseball.com.
Round 3.
The world's greatest radio show. The world's greatest radio show in Tennessee.
Power Rankings, Tuesday Trivia. John Reed and Cody going wild, no Olivia. Wood grain on my leather seats. I got the whole team eating like I'm Johnny Eats. Morning booming from 7 to 10, ayy. Talk sports while I'm chewing a Zen, ayy. Talk sports while I'm riding to work. All the ops take a ride in a hearse. East Knoxville. Morning booming.
Hour number 3 kicking off here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. Saying goodbye to Bubba. If you're still listening in the car, Bubba, have a good weekend.
He certainly didn't say goodbye to us.
Miss you, Bubba. Love you, Bubba. Welcome in.
See you next time.
My boy, Matty. What's up, Matty?
Hi, everybody.
Long time no talk.
Look at that beautiful American over there.
Listen, I always get excited to come in on Friday just to see you, Cody.
I know that.
Where the hell you been? I ain't seen you in weeks.
Well, you didn't see me last week because it took me 25 minutes to find my car, but you weren't here, so that's good.
This guy,
I thought you'd gone off to war.
This guy texted me. I can't come to the show. I can't find my car.
I was like, hey, I've been there.
I was like,
I've been there.
Unlike you, he didn't
At
cry.
gunpoint?
Yeah, I thought I got towed.
Oh, this is a different time.
I thought I got towed, Cody, but it didn't. It was on one of the 2 floors I didn't look on because there's 12 floors in my parking garage. So that was that. The week before, I was dog sitting. Beautiful dog. Nice little dog.
Were you sending me a picture of that to just show me the woman in it? Because he sent me a picture. It was Thursday.
He shows me pictures of his women.
I was going to say, I sent Cody the picture without the dog. So I didn't.
It was like midnight. I'm getting into bed and I get a picture from Maddie and it's a dog and a college girl.
Yeah.
And he's like,
beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
What do you, the dog or her?
That's not what he said to me. All he said to me was dog sitting. And I was like, you shouldn't call her a dog. She's not that much of a looker, but she's at least a 7. Come on.
Cody enjoyed the other picture. The week before was spring break. So it's been 3 weeks, but I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, every Friday, Maddie, I go in there and Maddie's like, yeah, look at this one. Huh? I was like, yeah, nice. Way to go.
Me and Cody are texting on a daily basis about the women in our lives.
If anybody knows college girls, it's me and Maddie.
I do kind of hate that I've been replaced. I used to be Maddie's boy. Now he's...
Well, I tell you what, Cody did lose some points today because I'm trying to figure out what the deal is with this hat. It's
a beautiful hat. It's a tremendous hat.
But there's like, what's hanging? Is that a zipper?
It's a pouch. It's a zipper pouch, Maddie. You can keep items in it. Look, I keep my Zen in it.
No, but you don't keep your Zen in it because you're putting it in it right now and it doesn't fit.
No, it does fit.
I feel like it would come in handy like on a boat somewhere.
See there?
It looks like he just got back from Coachella. It doesn't.
At Coachella, it'd come in handy. You run around shirtless. You just put your drugs up there. You put your ID up there.
Coachella's a good time.
Yeah.
I could keep MDMA in this hat.
There you go.
It would come in handy. Hour 3 headlines. Let's go, Big Mac. What you got?
Thank you, John. Well, the Department of Justice has arrested a Special Forces soldier who made $400,000 betting on the removal of Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. ABC.
But when our politicians make billions off of the stock market,
that's okay.
It's all fun and game.
Pelosi goes untouched, but this soldier gets arrested.
Now, this soldier, I mean, he was a part of the damn operation, wasn't he?
He was, and they asked Trump about it. You know what Trump said? He said, it's a bit like Pete Rose. He said, it's fine.
He didn't bet on us to lose.
You're right.
If he bet on us to lose and then threw the mission, that's a different story. But hell, this guy deserves a little bonus.
Could you imagine what a story that would be?
He bets on us to lose, and all of a sudden, sorry, the door's locked. He can't get in. We can't get the guy.
He bet on his own team, and they pulled through. I mean,
that is a little bit like Pete Rose, to be honest.
Well, that's what the president said. They asked him about it. He said, that's like Pete Rose, you know?
Hopefully,
I imagine he'll pardon him.
Hopefully he gives him a pardon. I'm okay with this. If the politicians and all the wealthy guys can benefit from the market manipulation that is this war, I think a troop actually going out there and putting his life in danger, he deserves a little payday too.
Well, another scientist has died. What is this, Sam? Number 19, number 2. I've lost count.
At this point, I think you're just making it up.
I
think people are making up these guys.
Well, they found this one. He was hanging from a tree, had third-degree burns, a severed rib cage, 2 broken legs, 26 stab wounds, and 8 gunshot blasts to the face. The coroner said it was the worst suicide he'd seen so far.
Is that real?
No. Oh, that was me doing a joke. Pretty good one, huh? You get the punchline?
I get the punchline.
Worst suicide he'd ever seen?
Yeah, I don't really.
He had third-degree burns, a severed rib cage.
Yeah, I don't
broken
really
legs, 26 stab wounds.
I don't really think death is funny.
Terrible suicide. Well, this didn't even happen.
Oh, there's nobody that died at all.
No, I was just making a joke.
Oh, nobody died at all.
The whole thing was a bit.
Oh. The whole time? None of these scientists have died?
Well, no, there was one.
There's been at least 13.
Yeah, there was one that died yesterday.
You've been doing this for weeks, just making up all these like as a running bit?
No,
no,
not the whole thing. Just today's.
Okay.
I don't think we have a scientist death today.
Give it a couple hours.
Yeah, give it a day, maybe 24 hours.
It's only 10 a.m. I mean.
Well, Rick Barnes hinted at a secret commitment on Thursday for the basketball team. You mentioned him earlier, the Kennesaw State Brendan Lou. That might be who it is. They were asking Barnes if he had added anybody else. He said, "How do you know? We haven't added some and haven't told you."
Hell, it might be. He might be talking about Juke Harris for all you know.
That's what you should be asking, and the answer is that to that is yes, but we're not going to tell you. So Barnes hinting at a secret commit. Also, how about this cold line from Barnes? Hang on. Let's see if I can find it. Sorry about that. Give me a pause here. How about this cold line from Barnes? They asked him about the roster, bringing in a new team.
Sure.
And the old guys that left. From Ryan Shumpert, quote, "We were looking for production over retention." It's a little cold-blooded, huh?
That's funny you say that because I didn't take it that way whenever I saw the quote. I took it as him basically saying they were okay with just going to get like players that will only be here for a year this year in the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, we're just going to go try to get as many producers as possible versus getting freshmen. But now that you actually pointed out to me and I think about it, I do think that was him throwing shots at some of the guys who left last year.
It feels a little bit that
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to pay a player $2 million. You don't get $2 million if you can't produce. We want guys that can actually come in here and play. You don't get one just because you're getting a bonus for sticking around.
Well,
it's interesting.
I told you yesterday some good news for Sharon Moore that he had all of his charges dropped. The disgraced Michigan football coach.
Yeah.
Well, it's gotten worse for him as now the clips are going around of Paige Shiver crying on Good Morning America about losing the baby. She says that Sharon Moore got her pregnant and that their affair was an open secret in the athletic department, and now she's crying on Good Morning America about losing the baby. So it continues to get worse for Sharon Moore. Paige Shiver, of course, the woman he cheated with.
Is this story worth being on Good Morning America for?
Yeah.
You think so? Okay.
That was the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, but it was also, this story's 5 months old at this point, 4 months old at this point.
Why are we portraying this girl as such a victim too?
Right.
Like she knew that he was married and
Right.
had a wife and kids.
Right.
Well, she lost the baby, and so she was crying on Good Morning America about she wanted to keep the baby, and it was the whole thing.
I don't. That part to me is weird. I want to be careful of what I say as I'm not a woman, or trying to have a baby. But like, I know that like losing something inside of you would be, devastating. So like, I do understand that, but like that is. Like, probably the guy held her at knife point, right? Like the guy, like
she's certainly a victim in that regard.
Yeah, no, the guy held her at knife point though. Like, I mean, like you wanted his baby. Like, I get you just wanting a baby and it being inside. I get that. Maybe I should move on.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't want to get canceled.
A little controversial.
Just curious of her being on Good Morning America.
Watch what you say.
Yeah,
man. We're on the radio.
Yeah, the whole story confuses me.
Lord,
let's move on.
Well, Page 6 has released some shocking photos of Andy Reid on Chiefs road trips away from his wife. Just hours after the Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini scandal exploded.
This isn't true. You're not fooling me.
You haven't seen these shocking photos of Andy away from his wife? It's got him eating cheeseburgers on a tour bus in New York City.
It looks like AI. He looked too skinny there.
Yeah, it might be AI. Well, this is a real story here. Roadkill found inside a Chinese restaurant's freezer. This story...
Where at?
A shocking story coming out of Pineville, Louisiana. Police in Louisiana are investigating after a Chinese restaurant allegedly put roadkill in a freezer. The incident happened at the China Queen in Pineville. A viral Facebook post circulated Wednesday accusing the restaurant of putting the dead animal in the freezer. Officers were sent to the restaurant and they found it. There was also a dead deer.
Is this a real story?
Yes. It's from Action News 5. And,
do we know if they were going to serve that food in the restaurant or if somebody was saving it to take home?
You don't want to assume.
Yeah.
Given some of the
why not?
Stereotypes about Chinese restaurants.
Do we know, like, maybe they were just going to take it home and eat themselves?
I mean, maybe. Officers looked in the restaurant's freezer as they were where they found a dead deer carcass alongside other food that was allegedly intended to be served to customers.
Ooh.
China Queen responded by placing a note on the front door that said, "We apologize for recent incident."
Come on.
The item involved was never intended to be served to customers, but it was improperly stored. It has been fully cleaned and sanitized. We are cooperating with health authorities and have corrected our procedures to ensure this does not happen again. Thank you for your understanding. We have corrected our procedures to ensure that the health department does not find another dead deer in our freezer next to the the General Tso's chicken. Yes, we have Kung Pao chicken, we have sesame chicken, and deer.
White-tailed
And
deer.
roadkill deer. Take your pick.
Wait, wouldn't this imply that some customer had to go walk in the back to find it? Like, was it an employee that found it, or
I don't know. I don't know how they got busted. It started on Facebook. Somebody had alleged that they had dead roadkill in the freezer. So
I might see them carry it in. I don't.
Some guy probably ordered the steak and chicken platter, and he was like, "This tastes like
Hey
venison."
man, can I get an order of crab raccoons? Yes, just let me get the whitetail back here first. I gotta get the whitetail.
Somebody
deer.
had to have seen them like drag it in the restaurant. Yeah, like
Yeah, just by the hooves. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good meat. It's good meat, isn't it? I mean,
deer. People like
all
deer
the time. Yeah.
people eat deer.
What was the roadkill? Did it say what
It was a deer. It was a dead deer.
Okay, so it was dead deer and roadkill, or just the roadkill?
It was just.
dead
I
deer?
think it was just the dead
okay.
deer.
Okay.
Can I hear the sign on the door, please?
No,
again?
when you told me roadkill, my mind went to like possum. But if you tell me like somebody ran over a deer, like, hey, we're not going to waste the deer, that to me is a little bit different. People eat deer.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if Chinese restaurants are supposed to put venison in stuff, or
I kind of thought we were making like raccoon stew.
Yeah,
here,
yeah. Like I said, my mind went to a possum.
Yeah.
So like, if you tell me they brought a deer in, again, I've never been to a Chinese place that served venison that I saw. So like, I don't really think of that. So like, if they're trying to pass it off as other meat, I get that.
I think the big problem is not that it's venison, but that it was roadkill. I think that's the problem. They just dragged it off the road.
Isn't that legal in Tennessee?
Yeah.
Like, isn't that a thing in Tennessee?
You can eat roadkill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for poor people out in the country typically. But like, if you run over a deer, chances are you're not going to ruin the meat. Like, it's not like you've ran over a raccoon and you stopped up and scraped it off the road. I wouldn't want to eat it, but
the sesame chicken's a little chewy. I think I taste antifreeze.
The story doesn't seem as bad though. Now that I know that they just put a dead deer in the freezer, somebody was probably like, "I'll take that home later."
What they said. The police said it was intended for customers.
They said it was with the meat that was intended for customers, right? They didn't say that I don't think they said the deer was.
It was next to the meat they were going to serve to
customers.
customers.
Next to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that probably is a health concern.
It's probably a health code
yeah,
violation.
You don't
but-
want a bleeding animal next to the meat you're supposed to cook.
This chicken's good. What did you marinate this with? Pennzoil.
Okay, come on.
Probably wrapped it in saran wrap.
Okay, we'll move on.
That was the greatest headline ever. Thank you.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good, isn't it? I got one for you that you might find interesting.
Okay, what you got?
I've been seeing this circulate in the last couple of days. It is the most dangerous SEC college towns. So the SEC towns ranked 1 through 16 in terms of violent crime rate.
Okay, this is just straight up crime statistics.
Yeah, violent crime rate.
Okay, like coming from a reputable source.
Maybe per 100,000 residents, violent crime rate. It says sources the FBI.
Okay,
so
that seems.
Well,
you never know.
I don't know.
Is it Cass Patel's?
Well, with cash these days,
is it Cass Patel's FBI? That's a different story.
Yeah. What'd you say yesterday? What was the nickname? Something about John.
Yeah.
John.
There was a good nickname that they called
J. Edgar Boozer.
Something like that. Yeah.
What do you think the most dangerous college town is per violent crime rate per 100,000 residents in the SEC? What do you think's number one?
To me, I typically go with just big cities. So like, is Nashville not the biggest city in the SEC? Like,
okay.
Nashville would have been my guess.
I like your logic here.
No.
That means it's not.
No.
No, it is.
Oh, okay.
It is. I like your logic.
So it's right?
That's right.
Okay.
Nashville, number one.
I mean, it's just a major city. Like, major cities are going to have more crime than Starkville, Mississippi.
Would that be your guess for who's last?
Probably, yeah.
You'd be correct.
Yeah.
Starkville, the safest SEC town.
Where's Knoxville come in ranked in there? Because I imagine it's top 5.
We are 4th most dangerous.
Okay.
Yes.
Gainesville?
Gainesville's 5th.
Baton Rouge's got to be next.
Baton Rouge number 2 behind Nashville.
Good call by you. 3rd, I mean,
Columbia,
South Carolina.
Good job by you, Matty.
Austin's number 7.
Oh yeah, you probably should have thought Austin higher. With just the amount of people.
No, you know those people in Austin. You know what they're doing.
Why did you think Columbia was 4th?
Because I've had a chance to go there, and it's just chaos every night.
I've never been.
It's not worth going.
People running around with guns.
Knives mostly. But
Kind of nailed the list, guys. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me the bottom
Good
three.
job,
So you
everybody.
said Starkville is dead last.
The three safest towns in the SEC: Starkville, Mississippi,
Como.
Oxford, Mississippi, and Auburn, Alabama.
Where's Columbia, Missouri?
10th, kind of middle of the pack.
Okay.
So there you go. There's some information for you. But yeah, it makes sense. Anywhere with a population.
Where's Tuscaloosa?
It's going to have more. It was next on the 6th or 7th. Yeah. Somewhere right there.
Any other headlines?
Right after Austin. No, that'll do.
I got one.
You got one?
Right. Well,
I don't know if
go
you guys
ahead then,
maybe
Matty.
I don't know if you hit on it. Did you guys discuss the Aussie Fudd and
She got
Paige
drafted.
Becker's? Yeah, but the line of questioning at her draft interview.
That's so old news. Yeah, we've talked about it.
I don't know.
but
I wasn't sure if you talked
I'm
about
more
it or not.
interested. Do you have any inside information about whether or not Paige Beckers is having sex with this other Yukon girl that she was like traveling abroad to go see and
Do
was
I
maybe
have any inside information?
cheating
I
on?
don't, but I will have some inside information for you for my hot take today.
Okay. Because it kind of seemed like Paige was cheating on Ozzy, or they maybe had broken up. Which in that case, asking questions about the relationship probably would seem a little inappropriate if everyone knows they had broken up.
Nah, that's still a good line.
She was all hugged up. She was all hugged up with another teammate.
Hey, did you see that the Challenger crashed, Matty? Did you see that it didn't make it on its mission?
I have a feeling there's a joke coming.
Did you see that one?
No.
Yeah. Did you see where the Americans won the war, the World War II, that the Allies won?
Am I familiar with World War II? Yes, I'm familiar with World War II.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
All right, good back to headlines. Stick with us.
For the fans, by the fans. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Ball fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Your tax refund belongs to you, not an identity thief. Over $6 billion in tax refunds were flagged by the IRS for possible identity theft last year. If you're in a bind this tax season, LifeLock can help. They monitor and alert you to identity threats you'd miss on your own, even if you're careful with your personal information. And if you do become a victim of tax-related identity fraud, LifeLock has U.S.-based restoration specialists ready to help solve your identity theft issue. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. Let LifeLock help protect your financial info, so all you have to worry about is what you do with your tax refund. Go to LifeLock.com, save up to 25% off your first year. The promo code is HERD, promo code HERD, to save up to 25% off your first year. LifeLock.com. Identity theft protection starts here.
Yeah, it's another day, but what kind of day is it really? A day of doom scrolling? Laundry day? Nah, it's a White Claw day. Light and refreshing tasting, uniquely cold way filtered. There's an iconic flavor for everyone. So grab a pack, grab your friends. Make the most of each day with those who matter most. When you're together with White Claw, every day is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. You just gotta grab it. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Well, we've hit the draft. We've hit the Hawks. Caw-caw! Maddie had the nerve to tell me the Heat were better than the Hawks this year. Just like a month
First of
ago.
all, it's
No, it's not. It's caw-caw. Don't tell me what the hell it is.
It's
It's not.
Have you ever heard Shaquille O'Neal?
It's caw-caw. Shaq does it wrong.
No, Shaq does it better than anybody. So
He doesn't. I would take the actual Atlanta Hawks that do it after their games, Maddie, to do it better.
Sounds stupid.
Nobody likes a know-it-all, Maddie.
Stupid.
Can we let this be your takeaway from our time together? As you graduate, you go on and do great things, and you're going to be working for all these TV stations and being the man. Just remember one thing from this. Nobody likes a damn know-it-all. Especially when you're wrong. If you're going to be a
speaking of know-it-all, and it's funny, I just had a conversation with my good buddy over here, and I was just saying how, with Gabe Lazo going, I told you that was going to be a domino effect to the Lady Vols program, and it seemed like after that, every player left, every assistant coach left, and everything just fell off the rails.
And I don't know if you noticed.
And I remember you saying, means nothing, let him go, he sucks.
And I don't think
you're
you noticed,
wrong.
but people are much more excited about the Lady Vols next year than they were this year, Maddie.
I prefer the number one recruiting class in the country, but, to each their own.
That number one recruiting class that got you bounced in the first round of the tournament?
Well, that's Kim Caldwell's fault. We're too nice to Kim Caldwell.
Did any of those girls end up anywhere good?
Any of the transfer girls?
Yeah, any of those girls end up anywhere good?
You should blame the coach that put them together.
Olivia Edwards.
You mean Gabe Lazo that was responsible for putting the
Gabe Lazo is just supposed to get them there.
When you defended
Kim Caldwell's job is to coach them, and she lost that locker room on day one.
Time out. Did Maddie say to blame the girl that coached them or the coach that put them together?
No.
You did just say blame the coach that put them together, right? And that was Gabe Lazo, correct?
Gabe Lazo's job is to
put the roster together.
No, not to put the roster. He said, go out and get this player.
He wasn't the recruiter. He wasn't the guy that put the roster
His
together?
job is to go out and get that player.
That's not what you told me a month ago, Matt.
No, that's exactly what I told you a month ago.
You're floundering here.
There's no
You're
floundering.
flip-flopping.
You don't know what floundering is.
Which one is it?
You don't know. This is untrained eye again. Here we go. This is
you told me Gabe Lazo was the main recruiter, and you literally
his
just
job
said,
is to go get the players he's told to go get.
You literally just told. Does he get credit for the number one recruiting class or no? Because
sure, he gets there because he had to do half the job.
Kim Caldwell picked them all.
Kim Caldwell picked them, which is why we should be blaming
the Lady Vol brand was the one that recruited them.
Well, then we should blame Kim Caldwell.
Did any of those players follow Gabe Lazo to UCF?
I think he had an assistant coach that followed him too.
Did any of those players follow him to UCF, Matty?
I don't know off the top of my head now.
They didn't.
But I will tell you that.
So apparently, is he the ace recruiter?
I will tell you that calling somebody who at the time was the number one recruiter for that team and very important, nobody clearly was a wrong take.
If you're number one,
and is now the domino effect to what has been a horrible turn down for the Lady Vols.
People are much more excited about the Lady Vols now than they were 2 months ago.
Sure, 2 months ago when they were horrible and things were looking bad.
Yes, because of Gabe Lazo.
But look about a year ago when the recruiting class was good and Kim Caldwell was coming off of March Madness.
Sure.
People were looking great.
And then they were all duds.
Well, hindsight's the greatest thing in the world, John.
No. It's not hindsight. It's also
hindsight.
Foresight, too.
No. The foresight.
The foresight of looking ahead to next year. People are more excited about the Lady Vols now than they were.
Okay, so where were we this year? How about
staff?
a year ago from right now? Who was happier? Us now or a year ago? Us now or a year ago?
A year ago.
Sure, because we had the best recruiting class. Gabe Lazo and Kim Caldwell were doing a great job, and it took one day for Kim Caldwell to lose that locker room and everything to unfold. Yes, it was. Stop it. Yes, it was.
And again, none of the players followed Gabe Lazo.
Kim Caldwell is stinking up this program right now, and you're watching everybody do it.
Your love for Gabe Lazo is so weird.
It's not a love for Gabe Lazo. I respect what he does.
It's also weird. Again, it's like you told me about the Miami Heat and all their young players. And
there's somebody in the chat right now asking me to talk about Jalen Carey and am I mourning his loss? The answer is no. He can go enjoy Missouri.
I picked the wrong spot in Chile, Sam, for Map Tap today. And I knew where it was. It's on the west coast of South America, but I picked the wrong region. It was further north. That's why I scored 67 on that one.
I'm not off to a great start either.
850, not my best score.
The only thing we have left to talk about that we haven't covered yet is the Tennessee baseball team. And I don't really have much new to say about them other than I take back what I said after the Mississippi State series. Everything I said before the Mississippi State series, I am back to feeling that way, where I was pretty much checked out on the team. I will say they battled at Mississippi State, but I think that's more of a Mississippi State problem than it was Tennessee figuring stuff out, because we are right back to the same issues.
Yeah, we ain't got no juice, man.
No, we don't.
This coach, he's I hate it for him because he's the guy after the guy. And that's just what it's going to be. He's Conzo Martin. We love a rah-rah guy as Tennessee fans. Do you agree with that?
I think every fan base prefers
we loved
a rah-rah
Bruce
guy.
Pearl. We loved Tony Vitello. We loved Heupel when the points machine was going brr.
Yeah, but he was never Josh Heupel was never a rah-rah guy.
We
love winners.
No.
We love winners.
But his offense was rah-rah.
What? We just scored points. I mean, to me, rah-rah is a coach that's a half cheerleader.
It goes hand in hand. It was exciting.
We love if you would say we love excitement, okay, but at no point has Josh Heupel been a rah-rah guy.
The fan base loved the idea of Lane Kiffin years later after he left.
The fan base also loved Philip Fulmer in the 90s.
He hurt us, and it was kind of a scorned lover type of situation.
The fan base loves Pat Summitt. She was not a rah-rah coach. We love winning.
I knew that was going to be your counter to this.
I mean, it's the truth.
Because I thought about this too, and Rick Barnes is another example.
Uh-huh.
He's a winner. He's not a rah-rah guy. He's just a winner.
Right.
I understand that winning comes first.
Yeah.
My point is that if given the choice between boring winning or fun winning, we prefer fun winning.
Well,
who doesn't?
Wouldn't anybody?
If you two will let me make a mother
okay. Please
effing
do. Please do.
point.
Because so far you're 0 for 3. Let's see if you can land the plane.
If you would stop interrupting me.
Let's see if you can land the plane.
Well, now I'm losing my track of thought because you're interrupting.
Track of thought?
Train of thought.
Jesus Christ.
I'm losing my airplane of thought because of your interruptions. The point is we prefer fun winning over boring winning, and we're more likely to give grace to the fun winner because we think we can get it back. If we have a boring guy, they're not going to get as long of a leash, is what I'm saying. And Elander is as boring as they come. He's Conzo Martin reincarnated.
We gave
such a long point for
and we don't want to,
and it wasn't even right because
the point is about
Rick
the
Barnes.
leash.
Rick Barnes has a super long leash.
Yeah.
The point is about Rick Barnes is a
winner,
is an
boring
all-time
winner.
Hall of Famer.
He's a boring winner.
You're comparing apples with pineapples. Rick Barnes is a Hall of Famer.
Is Rick Barnes the apple or the pineapple?
Rick Barnes is going to end up with 900 wins. He's on a different level of winning. He's gone to 3 straight Elite Eights. I'm talking about when you're not so sure about a guy.
Like who?
Like Elander.
Josh Elander hasn't proven he's a winner.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying
you said
no, you're not listening.
If Josh Elander had proven
when you're not so sure about a guy, the leash is going to be shorter for that guy than it is a fun guy who you're not sure about.
Okay, first of all, that's not what you said. Your whole thing was about winners.
You are just putting words into
Sam,
my mouth.
Are you going to let him gaslight us like this?
Take your words and pull them out of my mouth.
You literally were talking about winners.
Let me see your hand. Put your hand in my mouth and pull those words back.
I'm a little afraid to put my hand in your
those words back.
The winner, you said winners. You said we like exciting winners more than boring winners. That's
Right.
literally what you said.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
this
Of
whole
course he
thing.
said rah-rah.
Well, sure, but this whole thing is irrelevant because the most important thing about this equation of yours is that you're talking about winners and winning. And Josh Elander has not proven at all that he is a winner.
Nor is rah-rah.
Yeah, but I'm saying
Nor is he rah-rah.
when you're unsure.
Yeah, he's
of-
neither. Yeah.
When you're unsure of a guy, you still feel better about the future if your guy is fun, is what I'm saying.
Okay, sure, but that's
Josh
not,
Heupel year one. Take that as an example. Josh Heupel year one. We weren't sure whether or not he was going to be a winner, but we were excited about the future because we knew he was going to be fun. That offense was low-key fun in 2021.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Well,
I
sure.
have a question.
that was probably more just about exceeding expectations versus anything. Whereas Josh Elander.
The point is you were excited. You had hope because you thought it could be fun.
We had hope because we were supposed to win 3 games and won 7.
I am making a great point.
You're not.
Here.
No. This is terrible.
Lane Kiffin, year 1. You look back on it, we only went 7-6 his 1 year here. But we were excited for that future with Lane Kiffin because we saw how fun it might be. Elander is giving us nothing.
Lane Kiffin,
he is not fun and he is not winning.
Lane Kiffin being an exciting coach is a lie, especially back in 2009.
This is a good point I'm making.
Especially in 2009.
You're not going to gaslight me into thinking this is not a good point.
It's a stupid
Being
point.
excited and winning go hand in hand.
You guys are not getting it.
Our fan base.
I get it.
It's just so dumb.
You're not getting it.
I understand the premise of the argument.
He does it. How do you understand the premise of the argument? Because he does it. He's changed
the premise
it 3 times.
because he phrased it. I got you, Cody. Let me help you. Just because you're dragging yourself into a hole right now.
I'm not in a hole.
You're in a hole, it's a big one.
I'm on land.
Essentially,
I'm walking around on the surface.
Here's what he's trying to say.
I know what he's trying to say.
Please tell me what I'm trying.
What
to
he
say
is trying to
since
say.
You won't allow me to say it.
What he is trying to say and what he can't say because he can't get there. All the drugs and lack of sleep has completely fried his brain.
I'm being interrupted.
What he is trying to say is that as a fan base, we prefer an exciting coach to a boring coach. That's essentially what he's saying.
No,
an exciting coach.
No, but you're missing one point, John. You're missing one point. Particularly Elander, you would prefer an exciting coach that's losing as opposed to a non-exciting coach that's losing because they have a longer leash on the job.
Well, just because at least they're exciting.
Am I driving a short bus?
Cody, that's what you said.
Am I driving a short bus around right now?
John, what was Kelly Harper? Was that rah-rah? Was Kelly Harper rah-rah?
Who cares about Kelly Harper?
Kind of neither.
Take a first-year coach.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, first year.
Yeah.
Josh Heupel, first year. Josh Elander, first year. Okay?
Yeah.
The first 2 were fun. They showed you flashes of excitement, which had you excited for the future of those 2 coaches. This guy is boring.
Showed that?
This guy is boring.
Okay, let's break this down. What do you mean by showing flashes?
There is no hope for the future of Tennessee baseball.
What do you mean by Josh Elander, or excuse me, Josh Heupel and Lane Kiffin showing flashes? What do you mean?
Their offenses showed flashes.
Like, what do you mean?
The type of players Kiffin brought in, we're going to sing Rocky Top in the Swamp all night long, a little brashness. Like, all that stuff matters. The personality matters.
You know what matters more that you're missing
if
here?
You're going to say winning, that's fine. But I'm talking about first-year coaches.
Well, that's fine, too. But the most important thing you're missing here,
I'm not missing anything.
You are.
No.
And if you'll listen, I'll tell you what you're missing. You're like, you know what? That's a good point. What you're missing here is who each coach followed. Your football coaches that you said gave you hope and got you excited, they followed 2 coaches that you fired that you were tired of, that you were wanting something different from.
You're going to tell me
you didn't want anything new from Tony Vitello. You wanted Tony Vitello.
You're going to tell me the guy who followed Philip Fulmer didn't have big shoes to fill?
You can argue about
that is not the same.
No. You can argue about big shoes or whatever, but like I know you were living in Arkansas, so you might not have really been a Tennessee fan at the time.
Don't go there.
But
don't even begin to go there.
Every single Tennessee
I've
fan,
had this in my blood since the 1971 Liberty Bowl. I've had it longer than you have.
Club member.
I've been balled up longer than you have, son.
Every Tennessee fan,
this is my blood since 1971.
Tell him, Cody.
Every Tennessee football fan was tired of Philip Fulmer and wanted something new.
I remember.
Okay, so don't say
don't compare Philip Fulmer to Jeremy Pruitt. That's disrespectful.
But they both got fired, and we both wanted a different type of football.
Those are not the same.
They are in the sense that they both got fired. Philip Fulmer got fired, yes?
No.
Jeremy Pruitt got fired, yes?
No.
They both played a boring style of football, yes?
Both agreed to resign.
Philip
Fulmer was not fired on paper.
They both played a boring style of football, right?
Yes.
There's the difference. We wanted something
Fulmer was
new.
A national champion.
Yeah, 10 years before he got fired.
Philip Fulmer went 152 and 52 as head coach.
Yeah.
Philip Fulmer was in the
fine.
SEC championship the year before that.
That's fine.
He was underachieving,
and every single person wanted to fire him and wanted something new.
No, every single person did not want to fire him.
90% of people wanted to fire him and wanted something new.
That was a split. He was underachieving, and yes, it was time for a change, but he was not Jeremy Pruitt. Those are 2 completely different
They're
things.
not completely different, again, because they both got fired and they both played a boring style of football.
No, it's terrible.
You can argue. You can obviously tell me that Philip Fulmer was more successful at Tennessee than Jeremy Pruitt. No, duh.
Terrible.
But again, they both were coaches that played boring style of football.
Philip Fulmer made a bad hire when he brought in Dave Clawson, he botched the hire.
You could try to argue all you want, and that's fine.
I remember it like it was
but
yesterday.
Philip Fulmer, people were ready for him to get fired. They were ready for something new.
Some people were.
And that alone, again, following coaches that got fired that were boring, of course the next coach is going to be exciting.
Okay, well,
now
50%
baseball
of the fan base wanted to fire Philip Fulmer.
Josh Elander,
90% wanted to fire Jeremy
Josh
Pruitt.
Elander, on the other hand, is following the most beloved coach in university history, or at least recent history.
Is your point, Cody, that Elander's on a hot
Maddie.
seat?
Hold on. No one wanted to fire Tony Vitello. Everyone wanted more Tony Vitello. Everyone loved what Tony Vitello brought to the table, both on the field and off the field. So Josh Elander doesn't have that built-in boost of not being the guy. That's actually a big detriment to him.
And that's why I made the Conzo Martin comparison initially, because he followed Pearl.
Sure.
And he was in a tough spot to do that. Same
Sure.
as Holly Warlick was. I'm saying
but it's more about the guy they're following versus their personality. Rick Barnes is not exciting, but Rick Barnes was seen as somebody who rescued the program and saved them and won a bunch of games. So now all of a sudden we don't need our coach to be rah-rah. We just want a coach that runs a professional, clean, family-oriented program that wins a bunch of games.
I get that it matters who the coach before was. I get that point, and it's a fair point. But I'm saying I think that Elander would have more hope if he was a little more fun. I think people would be a little more hopeful with the program if he could just be a little more fun.
Not if he was 26-15 or whatever.
Nobody's asking him to be Tony Vitello, okay?
He could be. I think you could argue that if he was out here laughing and having a good time and being like a jokester in media like Tony was, and we have this same record, they'd say, "What is this clown doing up here?" It's just winning. If we were winning,
that's all it is.
You would say, "Man, we've got our next Tony Vitello. What a transition! This was just the most seamless operation ever, going from Vitello to his predecessor."
He has taken $1 million sports car and he's ran it off the road.
I have taken it. Huh?
Are you implying that Elander is on the hot seat, Cody?
Did I say tooken?
You did.
I don't think I said tooken.
That's exactly what you said. I'm just saying he's not.
You sure I didn't say he has took a?
No, you said tooken.
You said the word tooken.
Either way, it's taken.
You're trying to sound really smart, and then you.
I don't think I'm trying to sound smart by saying tooken or taken. Either one are smart words, but either way, he has taken a sports car and he's ran it off the road.
That's another recruiting class.
Good emphatic point. Had you not said tooken,
it has nothing to do with him being boring. It has everything to do with him being a loser. He hasn't won any games. He hasn't proven he's a winner, and I don't think anybody in the fan base should realistically have a lot of confidence that he is a winner.
I don't know yet that he's a loser.
Right. And I don't disagree with that. I'm not calling him a loser. I'm just saying he has not proven that he's a winner, and none of us should have confidence that he is a winner. That doesn't mean that we all think he's a loser. I'm not stamping an L on his forehead calling him a loser, but I'm damn sure not crowning him and saying he's going to figure this out because he's a winner.
But do you not agree with what I said, that if nobody knew that Heupel was going to be a winner or a loser. Nobody knew.
We still don't know if Heupel's a winner or a loser.
Nobody knew that Kiffin was going to be a winner or a loser.
Sure,
but they showed you things that got you a little.
You know what they
excited.
showed? You know what they showed us?
Did you not get a little excited?
But do you know what they showed us?
What?
That they weren't Jimmy Pruitt and that they weren't Philip Fulmer. That's what they showed us. That they were energetic and they were pumping new energy into the program.
Pruitt,
that's what
fine.
they were showing us.
Pruitt, fine, but I don't like the
Kiffin.
Fulmer.
But see, that's where you're completely wrong, is because that was Kiffin's main selling point, was that he was young and brash versus old and boring.
Yeah, it was a change.
That was
from
the
what
main
you had,
selling point.
But the fan base was more split on that than you're letting on, I think.
I mean, 90-10 is an exaggeration, but like it was damn sure 70-30. You could talk about the old timers maybe that just didn't want to fire a Tennessee guy, but like nobody was arguing that the Tennessee football program was headed in the right direction.
I'd say like 60-40, man.
No,
but I'd say 60-40.
Buddy, go back and watch that Tennessee-Alabama game.
Guy.
In 2008, go back and watch that Tennessee-Alabama game and watch.
I remember it.
Remember the conversation after there were 40,000 Alabama fans and all the Tennessee fans had left by halftime, and tell me that it was split. It wasn't.
It was
split.
brutal. He lost to Wyoming. I know.
You're completely wrong about it being split.
I know what happened. I have read the Clay Travis book.
Well,
you're
you're completely wrong about it being split.
I am not completely wrong.
The stadium got overtook by Alabama. He wrote his death certificate at that point.
Yeah, but you're talking about you're siding with the pitchfork people.
No,
there's a big majority of the fan base.
When you win 5 games in 2 of your 4 years, you're cooked. It's over. There's no being split on that.
I think we knew that. I'm just simply saying the fan base. Do you not remember when Butch Jones was struggling? I mean, Vol Facebook was still in his corner.
Do you know why?
I'm saying when you look at the entire fan base,
do you know why that happened?
60-40.
Do you know why that happened?
Why? What happened?
The reason Butch Jones got people still in his corner was because people were afraid of what happened after Fulmer got fired. It was because of Fulmer they were trying to protect Butch Jones. They weren't protecting Fulmer because we had not seen that type of failure. We saw, hey, we went from a really good coach in Johnny Majors to, well, you know what? Philip Fulmer actually got this thing rolling too. Maybe anybody can do this at Tennessee. But then we got 7 years of wandering through the desert. So everyone's like, you know what? 8-4 is a hell of a lot better than going 5-7. And we did go 5-7 3 years in a row. There was a 4-year stretch there where we had losing records. Six years in a row where we were 5 wins, or we were 7-6 as our top mark for a 7-year stretch. So yes, there were people that said, you know what, 8-4, 9-4 if you count the bowl win, not that bad. But it was because of what happened to Philip Fulmer.
I just think 70-30 is an extreme number. Where the entirety of the fan base.
I don't think it is. I think retroactively people all came around and said, well, it was wrong doing that, and that's what sent us on our downward spiral. I think revisionist history. What'd you say, Maddie? Hindsight's 2020. I think people saw how much we sucked in 2009 on through 2016, 2017, and people said, you know what? Firing Philip Fulmer maybe wasn't the right decision. That doesn't mean it wasn't the right decision when it happened.
You just can't tell me that 70% of the fan base wanted Fulmer fired.
It's probably more like 80, honestly.
You can't tell me that when you were an interception away from an SEC championship the year before.
Yeah. You also won.
There were still people hanging on to.
You also won 5 games the year after.
Yeah, I get.
And you won 5. I know that. You won 5 games 2 years before that as well.
There were still people hanging on to the.
Yeah,
Fulmer
sure. 20% of the audience, 20% of the fan base.
And no, you're forgetting about 2006. That was a 9-win season. 2005, you won 5 games.
Did I not say 2 of the last 4?
You said 2 years.
I said 2 of the last. Yeah, 2 years before that.
Before he got fired. Is what you said.
2 years before.
2 years before 2008 is 2006. They won 9 games that year.
I said 2 of your last 4 years. You said you went to the.
Okay, when you phrase it like that.
No,
you didn't phrase it like that at first.
You know why I didn't phrase it like that at first? Because you said you were an interception of.
You misspoke.
No, because you said you were an interception away from winning the SEC championship, and then I said yes. And 2 years before that, you won 5 games.
Well, I think you went on to 2008.
No,
the 2 years
nope.
before that.
You can go back and check the tape. I said 2 out of 4 years, you won 5 games. You said, yeah, but you're an interception away from winning the SEC championship. And I said, yep, but you're also 2 years removed from winning 5 games before that.
There's no need for us to nitpick each other. I'm just saying I think 70% is
you got
too strong.
egg all over your face.
70% is way too
just
strong.
because I think it's time to move on from this subject. And new news.
Is it, Maddie?
Yeah.
Is it time to move on?
It's time to move on. Jalen Harrelson just signed with Tennessee.
Hey, good news. It's good to hear.
He was just waiting for Nate Ament, I guess.
Yep.
Now's the time where Nate Ament says, surprise, I'm coming back to school. You ain't going anywhere now, Jalen Harrelson. They were trying to work out some contract numbers with him. Becomes a lot more clear whenever Nate is reportedly out of the picture.
You ever feel like you've got a friend who needs an intervention, but you don't know how to say anything about it?
Oh, God.
Often.
I got a buddy who was sending me last night at 1:30 in the morning, sending me Jared Stillman clips. Jared Stillman, the radio host, Nashville. I know you know who he is. I'm just clarifying. 1:30 in the morning, the guy's up listening to Jared Stillman.
What would be the intervention? And what's the topic there?
I don't know. Just, you know.
What's the addiction? Is he just addicted to Jared Stillman? Or
let's have a word,
You should check on your friends. Be like, hey, man, it's 1:30. You all right?
Hey, why are you listening to Jared Stillman at 1:30 in the morning?
Last call on the other side. We'll get Maddie's take of the week. Stick with us.
Big Orange Country's home for sports. This is Fan Run Radio.
Are you thinking of buying a home but don't know where to start? Well, call VFL Josh Travis, your local mortgage expert with Foundation Mortgage, based right here in Knoxville. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, he'll keep the process simple every step of the way. To get started, visit mortgagebrokerjosh.com or call 423-312-9777 today. Foundation Mortgage Company, LLC is an equal opportunity housing company. NMLS number 1387311.
Smoky Mountain Brewery is the place to be for game day. From the moment you walk in, it's wall-to-wall big screens, making Smoky Mountain Brewery the perfect place to watch the Vols or your favorite team in action. With locations in Turkey Creek, Maryville, Pigeon Forge, and Gatlinburg, you're never far away from a great time at Smoky Mountain Brewery. Try one of their world-famous microbrews like Black Bear Ale, Mountain Light, or Cherokee Ale. Juicy burgers, wings that bring the heat, and delicious handmade pizzas made with hand-tossed crust from the freshest ingredients and their own special sauce from a secret recipe, topped off with hand-grated cheese and farm-fresh toppings. And don't forget, those famous microbrews are also available in kegs for your next party or in 6-packs and growlers to go. So grab your crew and head to Smoky Mountain Brewery and tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Smoky Mountain Brewery. Eat local, eat good.
Hey Knoxville! Surfside iced tea and vodka, made with real brewed tea, is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, with no bubbles and no troubles. That's right, zero carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Headed to a game day or party at a friend's house? Bring an iced tea or lemonade variety pack from Surfside, or try their green tea and new raspberry tea vodka. Find the can with the sunset stripes this season. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Surfside iced tea and vodka, sunshine in a can. Must be 21 or older. Enjoy responsibly.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Last call here on the program. This was a stat that I saw earlier, Sam, that I wanted to reference when talking about Carnell Tate. Sometimes they get a little too specific, but the only Power 4 wide receiver prospect since 2018. With a passer rating when targeted over 140, a contested catch rate over 68%, and a missed tackle rate above 20% in their best college season. There's 4 names. Let me open the tweet to make sure there's only 4 names. Maybe there's more. Carnell Tate, Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. That's a stat to me. Again, it's a little specific. You got to hit certain benchmarks and whatever. But like when you tell me that your company for a wide receiver prospect is Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, I'm going to say I like that company.
The contested catch rate stuff for him is what really makes me fired up.
Yeah.
Just that's what you want out of your number one guy. It's someone that's can, stretch the field vertically and can go up and get it whenever you need him to.
Well, it does appear that he can do both. Like Jordan Tyson, I do think he could do some contested catches, but like some of the stats I saw of Jordan Tyson's like separation stuff, he wasn't winning a whole lot of routes or as many routes. He was just making some big time catches down the field, contested, which is nice, but you also have to be able to create some separation too. It does appear that Tate can do both. He was in the 90th percentile of creating separation, and then is one of the best contested catch players in the draft. So, like, I don't know if he's going to be a stud or not, but some of those stats give me some good optimism. Maddie, what's your take of the week this week?
I've thought a lot about this, and there were a few points throughout the year particularly over the last, I know I wasn't here the last 3 weeks, but the 2 weeks before when I was on, and I thought about giving this one, and I didn't because I wanted to get more information and I wanted to ask around and make sure that I was correct in saying this. And I think more people have jumped on this train, but here it is. If you had to say, Matt, you have to put every dollar you own on getting this answer correct, and obviously this is a lot of money on the line.
$37.
You know it. It's actually more like 38 these days. Stock market went up the other day.
Nice.
Who is going to be Tennessee's starting quarterback next year? I've talked to people around the team. I've talked to people after the orange and white game, a few media guys, and I've also had a chance to see some of the practices and how they're using their quarterbacks. So call it inside information. Maybe you don't. But next year's starting quarterback will be Faison Brandon. I just see that that's the way things are trending. Now, again, this is strictly from what I've seen, what I've heard, and what I've watched. But it does now add up after what they saw from the new Colorado transfer and their, I guess, disapproval, I would say, in George right now, that Faison is the leading candidate for quarterback next year.
It's a take, Maddie. I mean, it's going to be a battle. You know, Faison and George are right there going neck and neck every day. And then you got to think that third guy, he's going to take a stab at it too. So those three are all going to be in contention.
I'm Team Faison.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, William, we talked about it a few weeks ago about the anomalies in college football with first-year quarterbacks, and it just doesn't happen. But every once in a while, you get a quarterback that's in his first year, came out of high school, had a high rating along with great film, and you talk about, well, they just don't make it. But every once in a while, you get one. Why can't Faison be one? He's in one of the best programs for a quarterback under Heupel. He's got a good offense. We'll see.
So 10-2?
No, the team's still going to struggle next year. But that doesn't mean Faison won't be the starting quarterback. But the year after, though, Cody, assuming he doesn't hit the portal.
Oh, yeah, just what I need to hear. Let's wait 2 years, year 6. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yep. Where did the energy go in the room? Everybody's tired. What, we just can't wait to get to Tony Basilio.
I was expecting a hot take.
Honestly, I'm just
hot, Maddie. I'm not going.
Well,
I'm
it
just
was
getting ready
hot.
for Basilio.
It was hot a few weeks ago.
I thought you were
wanted to
bringing me a
wait
hot
on
take,
this.
and you bring me Faison Brandon as the starting quarterback.
I wanted to wait on this because I wanted to be correct.
No one's arguing it. It's a
well,
50-50
that's my
take at
point.
worst.
I understand that, but had it been said 4 or 5 weeks ago,
I've been saying it
different
for
story.
2 months
No,
now.
you haven't. Stop it.
Yes, I have.
I've been complaining on this show about this for 4 months, I feel like.
No one hates George McIntyre more in the whole state of Tennessee than Sam Beard does.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
Do you not
is
listen
that,
to the
Sam?
show when you're not on it? Or you
I listen to Tuesday's trivia, and I listen to Friday on my way here. That's about it.
Who won Tuesday trivia this week?
I believe it was you, Cody. Was it you?
This guy's such a fraud.
This
guy's such a
Nobody's
fraud.
ever beat John in 10 years.
If he listened to Tuesday
No,
trivia,
I didn't listen this week.
he
But I
would
like the
know
way you phrased that question.
He would
Cody.
know that Cody never wins.
Yeah. Well, Cody, if it makes you feel better, in your absence, I played trivia, and I never won either. So much so they had to create a fake category.
I do win, for the record. I do win.
He's batting about
But
25%.
You're right, Maddie. I am just kind of sitting over here watching the clock. I'm getting excited I'm just waiting on the clock to hit 11 so I can hear the Tony Basilio show. He's at Calhoun's today. Got to have Bino on. I love Bino.
Yeah.
Tony, I love hearing Bino on the Basilio show. He's my favorite.
That should lead you up right to Tennessee's doubleheader. They're doing a baseball doubleheader, no Saturday game. They're playing 2 today. Sam, you're going to the second one tonight?
Yeah.
What's your level of excitement for that?
Hopefully we're playing for a series win.
Depends on how the first one goes.
Yeah, if you win the first one, that third one, or the next one, the second one / second, third one, you know what I mean? The first game on Friday, then the second game on Friday will be pretty fun.
If not, we'll just enjoy a nice White Claw at the stadium.
That'd be tough, man. That'd be tough there when the only goal is like not get swept. Oof. All right. Have a good weekend. I'll see you guys on Monday. Wish me luck in Atlanta. Hopefully, Cody, I'll see you down there. Tony Basilio coming up next.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game. Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create a lifestyle for those who understand that impeccable style